thoughts have never been clearer. I see what you're doing to me now. They lie, they steal, they fooled us. Deep down I probably knew this. I think I will be holding on to the one thing that I know is stronger. Love is blind and no one's perfect. Platinum seems so shallow, 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 shallow. But you are bright white gold. They made us lose our focus. The very same hands that formed us. Go build a better tomorrow. For you I'd make it a rainbow. I think I will be holding on to the one thing that I know is stronger. Love is blind and no one's perfect. Platinum seems so shallow, 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 shallow. But you are bright white gold. With you by my side, I'm not worried. I think we'll be able to find ourselves again. Blank expressions, empty words. Nothing can keep me away from you. I think I will be holding on to the one thing that I know is stronger. Love is blind and no one told us. Platinum seems so shallow, 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 shallow. But you were bright white gold.
All right. The song just went over long. It's okay. We don't care. Put some bumper on there. How's everybody doing? I'm going to bring John out here like pretty quick, so I hope he's got his pants up. But, you know, there's no telling. John, you buttoned up? You're good to go? All right, everybody. I see some highs, but you know what? Let's bring our good friend John in here right away so we can all say hi to you lovely people together. And let's bring him in here. What's going on, John? I'll bring you. Hang on, you're coming. What's that about? I got my name in there. I think that's good enough, right?
I don't get a name anymore.
You don't get a name
okay.
anymore. This thing is deteriorated. You're basically you're a holding spot. You're just.
It's okay. I don't really have time to stream anymore, so it's all right. You know,
it's okay, man.
I'll fit it in.
Come on, man.
You know, whatever I could do.
You're like a bookmark. You know, you got a purpose. You just you're not. You know, the rest of the book is words and intelligence, but you got an important job. You're holding that book place, right? You're like a live streaming
I make
bookmark.
the world go around every day. That's my job. And
it was kind of mean almost. I didn't mean to be mean.
Kind of failed a little bit, but
it kind of failed a little bit.
I got stuff
going on. Get off my back, Ken.
Yeah,
How you
good
doing?
stuff.
Finally caught a pop-up stream.
Ken?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Ken's like,
we're all over the damn place.
I told him we don't make it easy, Jeff.
We don't make it easy.
We
don't. We're like the fugitives of live stream, and you don't know where you're going to find
pretty
us.
much.
You know, John's got the one arm. He's the fugitive, and we're on the run. We got a broken down car. We're always at the end of every show. We're just like, you know, on the road again. It reminds me of the end of the Hulk when he's back on the road hitchhiking. Right. That's you and I all the time at the end of our stream.
But here's the thing. Hey, if we know if people are here, the people that are here tonight, then and they made it here, we know they really care about hanging. So I appreciate that.
If you're in a pop-in stream like this, John and I, that's moving all over the place, you have to care. Or you hate us that much, you just want to come and check on us.
Right. They're like, those jerks.
It could go either way, man. I don't know. Hey, Shay. How's it going in your world? It's got to be heating up down there.
Yeah.
It's starting to get not warm here, but I mean, it's above 40. That's kind of warm for us.
Yeah.
Lala.
It's been changing still. Hey, Lala.
It's changing. It's
Shay,
raining so much.
Darlene.
Shay and Darlene.
Jim.
And Lala and John.
Annie. This is like, who were those? Remember with Sherlock the squirrel? Who were those two girls? Paula and I forget the other one. Remember I told you this the one time that I used to have that show? It's nice to say goodbye, goodbye. And how are you? I'm fine. Me too. I'm fine. And how are you? Hi, Joey. Hi, John. And I wait for my name every time. Oh, they said John.
They said John. It was for me. Yeah. I don't remember.
I used to get so happy.
I don't know. By the way, Lala, thank you so much. I did a Notion stream on there on Saturday morning. Enjoyed myself so much. We had a great time, and their community was so great. Hey, Jim, what's going on, Jim? So,
right,
Jim's got the computer for a minute away from. He must have wrestled it away from his wife, so that's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, he's strong still, so he can do it. We got a question here from somebody I don't know. Jack. First of all, welcome, sir. Ma'am, how are you doing? I'm not sure who you are, but you could drop a little note if you want. But you got a question here. How do you make a StreamYard, Zoom, and all the others block people on panels that are blocked across YouTube? When on panels, they can see chat and aren't blocked. I don't even know if you can do that, to be honest with you.
Especially with crossing with StreamYard too. So how do you make StreamYard, Zoom, and all the others block people on panels? So the really secret of anything is the root of where you're streaming through. So if you're streaming through YouTube, you have to do anything that would block anything in YouTube first, and would take effect anywhere else. Yep. So the chain doesn't go forward from YouTube. So you would go into your community tab, and you'd have to go put block words in or add block people. And then they will think that they are posting, and they'll see it like normal, but they won't see everything that actually it's not getting posted. So they'll think it's posted, but it's not.
And where I'm seeing a little confusion maybe here is when you're talking about panels, that would be something for Zoom most of the time, although I guess it's panels in StreamYard as well. Zoom calls them panels more than anybody else, but
it doesn't. It doesn't matter, because if you're using, if you're actually streaming through YouTube, then it's going to make the block there.
You got to do it at the YouTube level. So
right?
Yeah. I'd love. Yeah, it's like a permissions thing, right? So it's a really interesting.
I'll take a look
question. Well, that's a great question. Not 1,000% sure how you're running it, but if you want to drop more information, they can clean up that. That'd be great. I mean, I think it's a good question though. Hey, Zan.
It is a good question.
Zan, have you eaten tonight? I hope you've got.
We're early.
I know we're early. That's right. He's like 4:00 there in California. Yeah. So he'll be eating soon. Okay. John does make the world turn on its axis. Remember that he's like that guy holding up the globe. Yeah.
I'm looking to see if I can find.
That's fine. Steve Worthy. So Steve's feeling bad. Steve's missing us now, and he's finally catching us. Yeah, it does seem like it's been a while, Steve, that I've seen you.
I'm not going to show my screen because it's private stuff, but you have to go into if you're going through YouTube, you have to go through your studio. And then on the left side, you'll have everything there, and you go down to settings, and you click settings, and then you go into settings will pop up. You go down to community.
Yep.
And then when you go into community, that's where you can add moderators. You can add approved users. So this way, like if they put a comment and it's questionable, they will never question those approved people. And then you can have hidden users, people that are hidden from your channel, and you can add them right in there. Hit save when you're done, and that would pretty much take care of that. That's it. And you can also, don't forget, put your blocked words
when I see
in
the
there
question,
also.
It's almost like I'm going to say anti-@Jack. @Jack had actually maybe done that, but if they're going through StreamYard, somehow going into Zoom,
Doesn't matter. StreamYard, it doesn't matter. It's you're streaming through YouTube.
Yeah, that's true. Never mind. You're right. That's a good answer. I think that's a pretty good answer. So it would be done at that level, and if you missed it, you can always rewind this down the road.
Hi, Steve.
But yeah, Steve's in here to bust chops. Get into those settings, the community tab, and it's pretty obvious once you're in there that that's where you're going to take it up. So
I started a new business too this week.
Okay, tell us about that. Oh, wait.
I buy cameras and then I sell them. So
you're a camera
just to
flipper.
Let people know.
You're a camera flipper.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like Philly flipper or just flip. Yeah, I'm camera flipper. That's my new my channel.
Yeah,
so it is super early.
It is super early. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I already ate. So if people don't know, you've had some good luck with some camera purchases and camera sales lately that have landed you
everything.
Complete annoyance by me of the situation, but I'm happy for you.
I don't think that's nice.
I know it's not nice. I'm happy for you in a very belligerent way.
Yeah.
And then Steve comes in on a post today going, hey, man, you just keep me in mind next time I send you a camera. I'm like, dude, you need to back up on the line. I know. I've got almost 100 and some streams. I do have 100 streams in with this dude. I put up with enough nonsense that I'm first in line. Okay. So,
well, here's the thing.
I'm like the first ex-wife.
Number one thing is you have to be a subscriber to the channel first. I mean, so. Dude, I got leads on.
Are you saying that
the Sigma Trio lenses? The Sigma Trio lenses. I got leads on an A6400. I got a lead on another ZV-E10. Another one. And it's like, and then I have a lead on an A6100. Like, I could just go on and on.
I'm just telling you, if you get a deal and you want to help a guy out, okay?
A brother, you're going to say a brother out.
I was, but
because you're going to try to be like, oh, we're brothers. We're working and streaming together. You're trying to be like, oh, I'm going to marry this. And so I'll make it feel like we're really intimate and close. And no, it doesn't always work like that. Money's coming first.
And you're going to be like that.
That's it.
Okay.
You know what you're going to get? This is what you're getting. This is the only thing you'll be getting, pal, right here. All right?
Oh, some maple syrup. That's a Vinny. That looks exactly like the bottles I have here from my in-laws' maple. I should get one right now. You would laugh, dude, if I pull it up. It looks exactly the same. I'm excited for that. Vinny, our good friend Vinny.
Yeah.
He's out there tapping trees. He's tapping neighbors' trees illegally.
Wow.
And I'm kidding.
Sounds personal.
It does, but hey, it's on his time.
Hey, look, it's us.
Hey, guys, look at us. See how long it takes me to wave. I wave so much faster on that other one. Jim, I feel you. I have 2 implants. I got hit in the face with a bat in high school when I played bass, and I knocked out some teeth. And I got some implants in after I had adult braces. And
I hope you beat the guy silly.
No, didn't do that. But I should have gone back and sued him because the cost, man, the cost to get implants is ridiculous. But man, the technology is so great these days if you can pull it off.
Oh yeah,
it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And Darlene's like, bro,
it is,
bro. That's our thing tonight, everybody.
Hi, bro.
Stream bros, stream bros.
Yeah. So the thing is, like, Steve's on the East Coast. What is he waiting for? Like, I don't want to give everything away, but Steve's in Delaware or something like that, Maryland, and there was a ZV-E10. He's not. Where is he?
I'm pretty sure he's in Maryland, but I don't know for sure.
Maryland, yeah. So I mean, he could have jumped on the old 95 or something, right? Yeah. And he could have headed right up to South Jersey and picked up a ZV-E10 that was for sale. People are dying for these things. It was gone in one day.
I see. So it's his fault he doesn't have it. what you're saying.
Well, I'm just saying these.
Have you seen gas prices? It would have cost them half the camera cost just to go down 95.
Oh, yeah. I haven't looked at gas prices. Have they gone up?
Well, they're not what they used to be. I don't know what they're expensive. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm not happy about it, but what are you going to do?
I don't travel enough right now. $50 a month on gas.
Oh my, come on. Is that all? Well, you don't really.
That's it.
All right.
Well, I carpool, so I fill up about 2.5 times a month.
Oh, you
and
carpool.
I get 32 miles to the gallon.
Then you go. If you carpool, then you're good to go. Yeah, Jim, this is a great idea.
I'm making money the way I look at it.
You are. You're stealing money. You should put the link to his camera. John should put his link to his camera store on chat. Is this the J&H? The J&H photography store?
I stand right out B&H, and then when people are going in, I just listen, if you're looking for a camera, I have one here for a better price because I know you can't
open
find
up the coat. You got a bunch of Samsungs hanging off over here, and Canons hanging off.
There's no A6400s or ZV. He tends to be found. So I mean, I feel like at least even B&H is happy because I'll sell them the cameras and then they go in and buy the accessories anyway.
Dude, I guarantee you there's 10 salesmen at B&H whose kids have all gone through college because of John Ryan. You have systematically put those kids through college, and they ought to thank you for that.
Yeah, well, maybe a crappy college.
It's a JUCO. I didn't say it had to be Harvard.
Really good college.
It wasn't a good college. Right. I mean, you might learn something at a JUCO. I mean, it's okay.
Not a top college.
It's not a top college, but
hi, Danielle.
Yeah, I know. She's here to spy on.
My wife is in the house.
I know. I saw her. I put her up there earlier when you were talking. You ignored her. I think the issue is she wants to keep an eye on any old videos you might have laying around after that last time you put up a video of the weightlifting thing and you got into trouble.
Yeah, well,
and I thought this is a good time to
bring that up. Yeah, you brought that up on purpose.
I did, because you didn't get me a camera. This is what happens.
And this is the gimbal that I picked up.
You're a gimbal. Oops.
Right here. So, I don't know if you guys know this, but last year, or it's really going back almost 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half, I bought a gimbal and I put it together and I charged the battery up and I balanced the camera one time and used it for a little bit and then I gave it away. I didn't give it away. I pretty much gave it away because I sold it 8 months later for $75 less. So I sold it for $125. I bought it for $200.
Was this to your old streamer co-host that you gave this deal? Because I haven't gotten one.
No, I sold it on the Facebook Marketplace. And so I was like, man, I really feel like, because I didn't tell you this, but I did some footage on the ZV-1, and the ZV-1 and the ZV-E10 both let you take the recordings and put them into Catalyst. Did you know that? You can't do it on the 6400, can't do it on the 6100, but you can take it into Catalyst. And if you're saying, well, I don't know what Catalyst is a free software from Sony that the ZV-1 and the ZV-E10 records the gyroscopic data that comes in, and then it actually stabilizes the video a lot more, because that's where these cameras get positioned to be vlogging cameras, because the stability sucks in both of them. It's just not that great. The ZV-1 is actually better. And the thing is, though, by allowing you to have this gyroscopic data and to go into Catalyst and be able to use that even improves their usability that much more.
Wasn't that supposed to be
another step?
But wasn't that supposed to be the whole deal, though, with the 10, was that unlike the 6400, it was going to have some internal stabilization that the 6400 didn't have?
No, I mean, people wanted it, right? But they just, it doesn't look good even if you bought a 65 or a 6600. It doesn't look good, the stabilization in them. Mm-hmm. And so I think it's not worth anything, to be honest with you. No. I think you save the extra $400 it costs to have a 6600, and then you buy a used gimbal like I did for $150. And if you really want stabilization that looks good, then use that gimbal. And I have some footage that I want to show you that I only used it for, like, I set this thing up, I balanced it. And the reason I'm saying like I'm re-entering back into this is because it's gotten so much easier, Jeff. Like the gimbals got better.
Okay.
Yeah, because this was like when this gimbal first came out.
Used to be a real.
Yeah. Well, with this, it's got an app built in. You check and see if it's level, and if it's not, it will tell you what's not level, and then it will okay it. And then if it's a little off, it adjusts the motors by itself in the app. The app is awesome. And so here I am, like I'm basically just using this first day, and I'm going to show you in a little bit. I'll show you some video of it. No, nothing special. I'm like literally in the living room. My wife is like, "Go away." I'm not going to show you that, but she's like, "Go away with that thing." I'm watching my show.
Let's see if it stabilizes when Daniel's beating you with the pillow off the couch.
Right.
Good job, Kim. Right. Like, you know what I mean? And she said, speaking of the video.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Oh man, no worries. No worries. I want to check on I noticed when we have a lot of text, it gets smaller. I'm gonna have to fix on my little text box there, but for now, I'll just read it. JA, forgive me, and I'm modding visiting, not the host streamer. Oh, I'm modding visiting, so you're not the host streamer.
That's a whole different story.
That's a different story. They can't be seen by me in chat. When in chat, when on panel, can see chat only when on panel. Okay. I'm not a streamer. So a guest, right? If that's our guest or a chat member. I mean, that's what I'm gleaming out of this.
Well, they're a moderator that doesn't want to be seen. I don't think that's possible.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I can't do that. I can't make you not seen and moderate. So I don't really think that's possible.
I don't think that's possible. It's an interesting angle.
Could you imagine the problems that you could have with hackers and then going
anonymity? There is absolutely zero accountability.
Yeah, you can't do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I could see why people would want to, not even for nefarious reasons, but just I could see possibly why you'd want to.
Right, because if you're a moderator, you don't want to catch heat from other people about something, necessarily.
But I guess
the thing is, if there's...
But you want that accountability.
But that's why you're a moderator.
Yeah. But yeah, it's tough because as a moderator, and we know this, like you run into issues. Good question. So you
I would just X everybody out of the stream.
Just get them. Yeah. Just
get rid of all of them.
Just at the end of the day, it's just you. Just you talking to yourself. Do you want to show the video? Do you want to show you a video of your gimbal while we're here?
I have to set it up. I mean, now you're putting pressure. I thought you were going to take at least another 3 minutes on this. No. Now you just throw me out there. I want to show. Let me transition to this now.
You want to, hey, clown, entertain me.
I want a perfect world.
Hey, clown.
Yeah, I want a perfect world.
I want a perfect world.
Right.
I apologize because I thought it was a perfect world and it didn't work out. So no, I got stuff I can show.
Screwed.
I was waiting for Patrick to come in here. He hadn't shown up yet. I'm going to show him something.
Well, how do you know
I've got some news bits. I've got a little slideshow we can do. I would like to do that. I wish more people were here right now, but we could still do it. And the people here can play along. I have a slideshow.
If you want.
Kind of what?
Hold off with the slideshow if you want a little bit, and then this way maybe some more people will pop in.
I just have some quick news hitters because I like to throw that out here during the week. My dogs are barking because that's going to happen for a second.
Is that code for your feet? Your feet hurt?
And my feet hurt. My dogs are barking. Steve Worthy says, what is Steve saying here? I know he wants to see him balance it. No, we're not going to
balance his camera.
Steve wants it. You want to see Steve bounce on the gimbal?
Yeah.
Nah.
It's not that bad. It's really cool, some of the things they did. I mean, this particular one, if you want me to get into it a little bit, I'll show you. It's
well,
really
hang on
cool.
a second. Let's talk about one thing. Let's spread it around here because I got a couple of people in here for the Instagram. You're on Instagram. I've seen you become a little bit of an Instagram slut lately. I've seen you quite a bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that
That's
warrants
a term.
that.
That's a term.
Really?
It's a term. Yeah, it's a term.
Okay.
I didn't say it's a bad thing, but I see you a lot on Instagram now.
Okay.
That was a little rough. I'll admit.
I feel
it came right out of my head there. I apologize. Have you seen, and maybe I'm the one who's behind on this, that Instagram is introducing the new content feeds? So right now we're in that default algorithm where they're going to show you what they show you, but they're introducing a feed that you can switch to called favorites. So it'd be your favorites. And another feed would be who you are following. So that's going to be cool. It hasn't rolled out to everybody yet. I think it's cool. Like maybe if I show people, if I can find it, bear with me. I got to get a tab up. I know, here it is. I need to get my desktop up though. Show this. Yeah, I'll put us up here right here. Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Switch it over, people. Okay. Sorry, Ken. Gotta get ready for a second. Yeah. So chronological feed returns to Instagram with 2 new options. But I wanted to see at the top left of your phone here, there's that Instagram button. It's going to have a drop-down arrow, and you're going to be able to choose between picking the following or your favorite streams or feeds on your Instagram. I'm actually pretty happy about that, honestly.
Okay.
I like the idea.
So it just doesn't feed you anything.
So here's a better maybe picture of it. So at the top left, when this hits your feed, an update happens, you'll have this drop-down arrow, and you'll be able to choose following or choose from your favorites.
Okay.
So that'd be I think it'd be kind of nice. I don't know if I would leave it that way all the time, but I would like to be able to switch quick as a checkup on my favorites or a checkup on who I'm following for whatever reason. I think that could be kind of handy. So I thought that was interesting. That came across the wire today. Did you know that?
That's cool.
Were you aware of that?
No, I'm not into Instagram like you are.
No, dude, I see you there all the time now. You live there now.
I get like 400 messages a year.
Oh, okay.
I make it sound like it's a lot, but it's not. It's like 400 a year.
Okay. Let's just see. Just make sure I didn't insta-ho.
I got messages.
You don't get messages. So Ken says, and the reason I wanted to talk about this because Ken is actually a very big user of Instagram, and so is Tracy Parks, we just saw. So I'm sorry, I lost my full screen. I love that they're doing this now. I don't see half of what I want to see anymore. I know, I agree. At least be able to have that option to do that. Now I just feel like I'm such at the mercy to whatever happens to be at that moment. I don't really deep dive in Instagram. I just whatever's on the feed. I don't go like destination stuff on that. Do the ads show up? Hi, Tracy. Do the ads show up in favorites? I think so. But I'm guessing, so I'll get back to you. That's a good question. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll pin it. We'll go back to it. She says she hasn't been on IG in a couple weeks, but she does love it. Yeah, I go.
I mean, I like it because it's just easy for people to connect with you there for the most.
It has its place, right? If someone said to me, "What would you rather keep, Facebook or Instagram?" I'd keep Instagram. I just don't really use Facebook anymore.
Right.
I don't know. Jim says, "I wonder if there was gyro correction circuitry in digital camcorders." I don't know. I mean, I honestly don't know if enough digital cameras to know. John can look it up. So Ken, this is interesting. So Ken says he's been more on TikTok lately. Well, you're not the only one. The reach is so much better there. Yeah, Instagram's going to die. I don't know if it'll die, but it's not going to grow. It's slow-paced growth. We talked about this. Facebook has an age problem. Who owns Instagram?
I don't always agree with that comment, by the way.
What comment? Because
that comment there by Ken, unfortunately. Yeah, because so it's broad, and I don't think it's true. Because
you could make the argument. Maybe this is your argument. Okay, maybe I'm reaching more people, but am I reaching people that should be reached? And
absolutely.
Because so many of the people that are on TikTok, they're just. I'll be honest with you. Most of them they're just people who want to do something simple and get it out there and want to hit some kind of influencer, rainbow or unicorn, and the other ones are just people who want to consume something really quick, laugh, and move on. Right. I'm not judging either. I'm just saying for people like us in this moment, and Ken may have a different path that he's on, thinking about, I don't know. I don't know.
I just think that comment depends on the particular business, because your business always matters of who you want your client to be. So if your client is going to be, she loves not being on IG. If your client isn't a client that usually will be on TikTok, then how is that directing traffic to your business? So,
he answers it, and I think
it's not true on every.
What about using hashtags properly? The reach is good. So, I mean, if you're hashtagging, which then
it doesn't matter. They're not spending money. Like, they may watch a video, but that has to translate into making money for some businesses. I mean, not every business.
Here's the thing. So you're saying, okay, so let me just back up. You're saying, fine, you hashtag it out, content creator, or whatever you're going to do to get the right sort of eyeballs, I guess. But you're saying, yeah, but still the main demographic of those are still looking for short videos. They wouldn't be somebody who's really looking for maybe those answers. I'm not saying I know that that's the case. I would say probably not. I would say that right now the level's not there, but it's good. It's good to get in there early, or as early as you can, though, to hold your spot. If they go to long videos like they're talking about, you then might see the benefit of playing this game early on, because they're going to go to 10-minute videos, TikTok.
Yeah.
So that could.
But who's their viewer?
Well, I mean, they did everything like everybody else, They indoctrinated people with the candy, the little short videos, and then the natural evolution is to try to augment that product, because you can't. Once you've got the masses, you got to start doing something else that's going to cause that you can get advertisement revenue from. So the 10 minutes now will be advertised. So, I mean, it's money. Well, people are going to go there as content creators. They're going to.
I just think, like, people have such a short amount of time to spend on everything as it is. Mm-hmm. They can't even do enough of the right stuff with the things they need to focus on usually. And so I think they end up spreading themselves too thin because they don't know their demographics and therefore don't spend enough time on that. So when I was at a small local place to eat, the comment from the 25-year-old or so owner's daughter was, I'm getting much more traction on TikTok. And I go, what do you mean by traction? And I go, because I picture Instagram being a much better situation for you guys, or Facebook in general, like in the groups of the towns, the cities, the boroughs. And she was like, well, I've gotten a lot more, people at a faster rate starting to follow me. And I'm like, yeah, but is that translating to any type of money? Like, they might watch that video, but are they walking through the door and spending any money? A light bulb went off in her head. Like, it just went like, right. Like, it made her think, at least, who is coming into my, business and spending the money, and who's watching the videos may not equate to the same thing. So you have to figure that. I'm not going to figure your business out, but the point is that you need to figure that out and stop wasting time with the little time you have and put it in the right place. Well, that's all I'm saying.
I think if you don't have a plan, I think TikTok becomes a desert of wandering. Tracy says the reach is big on TikTok. It is, but not if you're trying to convert them to another platform. That to me right now would be the big concern, because they don't have the 10-minute videos right now. So a lot of people are like, I'm going to go there and I'm going to lead them over to YouTube. And I think that to me is not awesome. So again, it depends on what you're trying to capture or what your end game is, right? It's possible, but much smaller in my opinion. And it kind of gets to what Ken's saying here, because I know he does. So he's saying, I manage TikTok for 2 companies plus my own platform. It works well. People are spending money. Not everyone, of course. Now, the question is, but the companies are a different animal. So if you're a content creator and you're just doing it and you're freely putting up your videos, are those companies paying? First of all, a company has some brick and mortar or a bigger presence. And are they paying in some way? I don't know TikTok's ecosystem well enough to know, but are they paying with their corporate marketing budget a way also to get, so it's a different animal.
Yeah, but I'm not even, I'm not even thinking on a big level like that. I'm thinking even just like, I just think that we broad stroke something so much that I just don't think that applies to everything. So
it does not apply to everything. I mean, companies should be on there and putting out Pepsi or whatever the brand they have. They'd be dumb not to. Essentially, it's your marketing program you're putting out there. But as a content creator, then we talk about something a little bit different, right? So,
well, yeah, that's a whole different story.
It's a whole different story.
It's not even the same animal. A million times, but but the thing that bothers me, the thing that I'm talking about is like, okay, we've been saying for a couple of years now that all the bigger companies are missing the boat with a lot of free things they could be doing on different platforms for themselves, right? They'd rather spend a lot of money in places that doesn't make sense, because a lot of these older, CEOs of companies, they're stuck in their old ways. Okay, we know that, but I'm talking on even a smaller level, like small businesses, and they need to utilize streaming and social media to benefit their businesses. And you have to look at who your client is, right? So if you're selling something where it's marketed towards 30 and 40-year-olds, there's no way that TikTok is going to lead the way usually. It's not. You could say, but prove it to me. I don't think that's possible.
Is there still any concern, the fact that this is a China company? I just think long term, no, I'm just serious. In some level, I'm a little bit still wondering about this
security levels.
Not security.
Well, that could be the reason why a lot of big companies don't want to get involved with them.
Money will push them into it. They're just going to be too big, and that's the thing. They critical massed with. This is what you do. You go out and you always target the kids. You always target the kids who take the money at the free time and sugarcoat and give them the least amount of value because they're kids. Who gives a shit? And then they buy in mass. And then once there's traction, you have your R&D back. You have the money from all that investment in your R&D. You can recapitalize that into augmenting your product. And
that's exactly what they're doing.
Right, and they're doing that now. And I totally get. I totally get the path. And they'll probably do very well at it. YouTube's got to figure it out. YouTube's got to. But
it doesn't matter if that's not right now. Okay, let's just say they're going to go to more the 10-minute videos and this and that. They'll start picking up a percentage of the people that they've been missing. That's the reason why they offer different things. Platforms, they don't be like, oh, well, we should offer that too because we're just nice and we want to. No, Sonny. They're looking at the bottom line. They always look at the bottom line and what I can do to capture more retention and have people spend more time on this platform. And so that's why they do it. Yeah. And so, they're always looking at what demographics they're not picking up and they want to capture more of it.
Now, just of course, on the flip side of it is, what do you got to lose if you're sort of already putting out
time?
Okay. But if you're doing it right, how much time are you losing? So pull a Ken into this. So Ken's putting out a bunch of Instagram already. Can you not just pretty much take the same minute video and put it out on TikTok?
Yeah, I'm not saying that whatever Ken's doing fits that criteria. All I'm saying is the first and foremost thing you need to do is look at who your clients is supposed to be, right? Who's buying your product or what are you trying to sell? What demographic does that fit? And then what social platform does that demographic use the most?
Well, I think any business planner will say all of them. You probably want to be in all of them. So if you're safely putting out these videos that you're kind of already doing anyway for another platform and you're putting them into another one.
Thanks. I would, if someone told me that, I say thanks for nothing.
Why though? What are you losing?
That's what I would say.
You would, of course you would. But what are you losing by doing that?
For instance, the lady that I'm talking to, she's a full-time teacher. Her mom is a full-time teacher. They run a business where that takes another full-time amount of time.
Okay, you're right. So we're talking about two different animals because I'm still talking about Ken, who's already got it already done. He's already doing it for other purposes. You're kind of speaking to people.
That's his job. He's doing a job for a company. So then if I want to show results to a company, heck yeah, I want to spread it all over. And then I'm going to get feedback on all of it. Okay. So I went and spread the seeds and then where is it growing the most? And then I'm going to reapply that twice as much in the place that's giving me the percentage, right?
Yeah. It's interesting. I don't know. I haven't done it.
It's different.
Yeah. I mean, in the end of the day, time is money. If I have to spend more time than I would spend now, and it's not coming off some already done cooked batch, Tracy, I'm not doing it. Ken's going to do it because Ken is smart. He knows how to batch it out. He'll be like, all I got to do is take the same video, maybe I have to tweak it and put it up in the TikTok sphere, and he's wasted 30 seconds. But for most people, that's not going to be the case. So then they have to determine, and that's where you're right. What is your return on investment of that time? And there is no more precious commodity in this world than time. So
yeah, but like I said, on the flip side, these companies are paying him to do the social media.
Not for himself though. He's doing one for himself too. So I'm
Yeah, I know, but the two companies are asking him and paying him to do it. So
that's different. I'm not even looking at them because every company from Pepsi to Amazon to anybody ought to have their ads and their marketing flowing through whatever they're doing on TikTok. That would be dumb not to when you have one of the largest growing perfect demographics of youth. Oh. Right.
First of all, I was going to say Coca-Cola should, right? It's like a no-brainer.
I'm surprised I don't see an ad every 3 seconds of Coca-Cola. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, Ken, you've got to figure out where you can repurpose the content. So you've already, it's just nothing. Like, I think that'd be great. Yeah, there you go.
I think he's learned. He knows, and I think that Ken's learned probably a lot lately to get to the point where he is. Like, I know how his mind is with things. It's kind of similar to ours. He dives in and just goes full bore until he learns it all.
That's the only way we know how to do it.
Or a lot.
We're like bulls in a china shop, people. We're just going to run in and break things and figure it out and get glue later. Sonny says, I agree with Tracy. You can reach people easier and see a huge number of view difference, but it does not draw them towards YouTube. No, it's not a cross-platform leader, right? It is not going to hold your hands and take you over to the other platform. I've tested it and tracked out resellers from TikTok to YouTube. It does not convert. And that's what the evidence is showing. So in Ken's case,
right.
I would say he's not trying to convert so much as he is doing brand awareness.
Exactly.
And I think people have to understand, in marketing, there's so many different ways that you're trying to close a deal.
Yes.
It's not always about I'm trying to sell or trying to move you over and convert. It's called conversions. And so if you're trying to convert on a sale, it's different than if you're trying to convert on brand awareness, messaging.
There you go. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
Right there, you nailed it. Like good. With the brand awareness.
My marketing degree paid off.
Well, I have no degree, but I just have a,
you don't need a degree,
I know what makes, would make somebody money, right?
Yeah. So Ken said, I may be getting hired full-time by a company to manage their social media and content. May be able to leave my 9 to 5 I have now, hoping, hey man, that would be fantastic. Oh man, let's put out the big vibe
and
on
that would just be the beginning, right?
Well, what's
nice
so great
job,
about
man.
So great, man, because then he's such in that synergy of everything he's doing is crossing over to something relevant to what he's trying to do. I think that's just, if you can get into that, that's that perfect sweet spot, man. That's just couldn't happen to a nicer guy, man. And the nice thing about it is you can't begrudge it because he works so damn hard. I mean, he's doing the work.
Yeah.
You can't sit there and go, he just pulled off his top and he got all these, he got naked with a, a goat. No, he really did the work. Although I'd watch that. Everyone is a different end. Yeah. Everyone is a different end and goal. I completely understand people spending time on each platform. The key is to have a clear vision of your goal, which is, I think, is what you're trying to say. I think that's exactly what you guys are all on the same page, right?
You have to know your business before you spend the time to go and spend time in many places that can end up be wasted. Like, listen, by the time I finished those couple sentences talking to her, the light bulb went right off and she was like, she got it like quick.
It's sad, man. When I wasn't even started in this last year, but I had a nephew a couple years ago, and he's trying to sell me on a day of 16. I'm going to get rich being a Twitch streamer with games. I'm like, what? And of course, I'm old enough, because I said, get off my lawn. I am old enough to see that this is not going to end well for most kids. The leaders are going to do well. Then everybody else is going to be like me wanting to be a baseball player. There's 1 million for every one of me at the pro level.
Right.
It's going to be really, really hard sledding, and you're going to have to put in content coach kind of work. Okay. You're not going to be able to just put up your little Sea of Thieves game, play for a couple hours a day, don't do anything else, and it's going to work out like it used to. Okay. You're not going to catch fire. And it didn't work out, by the way. He's in college. He's a great kid.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't dance?
I don't want to knock.
You don't do the Applebee's dance? Or?
I would never knock dreams. I mean, anything's possible, but.
No, I didn't knock dreams. But when someone's trying to tell you at 16 and you know the deal, I didn't knock his dream. And he's like, I'm just going to do this, sit here for a few hours a day, and I'm going to stream. And look at there, everybody's getting rich. Everybody's getting rich. You know that term, everybody. All my friends, everybody's getting rich. No. Now, he even laughs at it now saying, that was so naive. But there's a difference between having a dream and another one between living a lie and a fantasy that you don't have to grind towards it, that somehow you're going to get discovered and by a lamp, a lap dance pole in a strip club, by a music R&D guy. And that's not going to happen. You know what I mean? It's just, Those are dreams and fantasies. So I'm just saying, I don't kill people's dreams.
Can I embarrass myself?
Please do it.
I mean, here's the embarrassment. I sit there with Instagram and I only post because I have no idea how to do a reel.
It leads you. It just shows you how to do it right from the app.
I just don't know how to do it, and I haven't looked it up yet. And I think I would be good at doing reels because I can dance, I can have fun, I'm good on the fly, but it's just like I don't even know where to begin yet. So I have to. I'm gonna try to do better.
We're gonna have to have a little meeting at lunch tomorrow. And we'll get your reels things set up. Come on, we can't have John not doing his dancing on for real. Yeah, for reels.
Yeah, and then like, how do you post the little things on there and
It's so easy, man.
I don't know.
Okay, we'll get you set.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
I have no time to learn this. I'm trying to learn how to use a gimbal.
I love the fact you learned Discord. You got your comp set up on Discord finally, but you can't figure out reels. Are you kidding? There are grandmas doing some country dances on reels that figured out how to use Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. And
you
that's why I was saying embarrassing myself.
You said you're going to be embarrassed. Don't feel bad.
Ken, I wouldn't put it past. I think, look, I look at this guy. He's called the Dancing Truck Driver or something like that. And he's got like 150,000 followers on TikTok or something. And he just does this dancing, like whatever, where he dances and just does. Like, I could do crazy stuff like that. I mean, I'll do a little dance in New York City on every corner until I finish the city, Be like 10 years down the road.
You should do one at every Sales Pizza. Go to every Sales Pizza in New York and do a dance up front.
Right. Go to every Ray's Pizza.
I meant Ray's. I say Sales. Ray's Pizza.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you on that Facebook thing. If I'm in there more than a minute and a half to check, I have to go in there and check messages. If I'm in there more than a minute and a half, I start to feel like I've wasted so much time. There's no ROI. I don't enjoy it. I never walk away feeling better about myself on Facebook. I never learned anything. I don't feel happier. Maybe my friends need to be better. But I just don't. I don't enjoy it, man. It's just a terrible place to be nowadays. It was better when I was farming my Farmville crops.
It's another place that you can send people off of this platform over to there, that at least you have a connection with them in case this whole thing disappears. That's all.
Well, I mean, we'll talk about it another time.
I got people just going over to my Facebook every week and looking at it and I don't even promote it. I don't go on there even.
Yeah, but there you go. Your ROI is great, dude. You're putting no time into it. And if you get one person looking, then great. But if every time you go into Facebook, you're at a deficit when you open it because you just soul just leaves your body.
Well, I don't. Yeah, it does. It is the most horrible platform to funnel anybody into anything because they want you to pay for everything. It's also going to get harder and harder. The fact is they have an attrition rate. They have a real problem with growth. They're trouble long term. That doesn't mean you can't make some money at it, but I wouldn't put any time into it. It's not where I would spend any time. Beyond the fact I don't enjoy it, I just think it's a real problem. And we'll see what they do with Instagram. This is a start, doing things like this with the feeds. They got to do something, though, to kind of keep up with. They're supposed to be changing a lot, so. Well, they say that. Sonny says, but not everybody is getting rich. It's nice to see younger and any age individuals step into reaching for their dreams. Yeah, no one's denying that, but doing it from a fantasy position where they've already failed before they step out because of a mindset. I mean, it's not my place. Fantasy. It's not my place to go out and tell a kid that, hey, it's not my kid. Hey, you got to grind. You're going to have to work this and make sure that you're competitive with other people and deal with white noise and a billion other people who think they're going to get rich playing Grand Theft Auto. But I don't want to get into that. It's just a fantasy. It's just a fantasy. Aldo Nova. That doesn't mean you can't get rich, but you know what? I hear this stuff with Napster and music. You know how many musicians are out there? You know how many musicians are clamoring just for a corner gig, much less a gig touring where they're making money? Real money? It is an absolute nightmare of competition out there with musicians. It makes content media look silly, how hard that is. And you talk about return on investment, how much we have to practice just to get paid a bone at a corner gig sometimes.
It's rough, man. Yeah. Yeah, he'll get there. Yeah. It's true. It's true. Yeah. It's true.
It's rough. Rough crowd.
Rough crowd. That's a rough crowd.
You want to see this gimbal footage?
My wife,
or what?
in a second. Ken says my wife tells me what's going on Facebook as far as, you know what? Ditto. That's what I go. I like, just tell me anything I have to know. Okay. That's all I need to know. Right. Other than that, don't waste my time with it, man. I don't have time for that nonsense. Yeah, you just show me what you want, man. And then we're going to do a little slideshow with some people, and then because I have some questions.
So this is
Ken, hang around for a second, because I have a question. The slideshow is right up Ken's alley. So if you can hang around for a few minutes, that'd be great. Okay, show us your
so
gimbal.
This is my
I don't like saying that, man.
Footage.
I don't like saying show me your gimbal.
Right, that sounds weird. Show me your dongle. So this is my footage that I just balanced the camera and then I came out. Now the only thing is because I have the ZV-1 with the Ulanzi 16mm lens, so you know how heavy that lens is in the front, right? Mm-hmm. So that led me to definitely take a little bit more time to balance it, but if I didn't have that, it would have been a breeze with balancing. So because this is a DJI Ronin SC, so this is literally 3 years old. And the Ronin SC and the Ronin S that was out 3 years ago, every big YouTuber used them. They were like the best products at that time. So, 3 years later, they're still really good for us, And so I'm not going to go spend $700 on a gimbal. So this was $150. And this is what it looks like with me just messing with it, literally for a couple minutes, Jeff. So here I am.
What's that furry thing? Oh,
that's slung. That's slung low. I have it like low, and I'm just hanging it down. And so I'm walking with this slung low. And I'm just practicing. Yeah, because it's basically like hanging off the floor. Right. Is that my cat walking with a camera or something? That's what my son was like. That's really cool. It looks like you're crawling.
Yeah. I'm in the box, but do you have a litter box? You going to crawl in a litter box right here in the bathroom?
No, I don't have a cat.
I like this view.
And then look, you can come right over the top.
Oh, she's watching Gilded. On HBO.
And then look it. I come in.
With Cynthia Nixon. This is good.
And right now, I'm trying to look for the buttons that I have to hit to do this little thing. And so as I'm walking in, I'm setting myself up, and then here I go. I got it set. Look at this.
Oh, I like that. It's got a little spinner. So did your wife not yell at you like you're interrupting her show? That's pretty cool, man. That could be really
pretty
fun.
Cool, right?
Yeah.
And then it's it was pretty smooth all the way around. And then I did a little over the top thing right here. Look, it looks like you're floating in the air.
She's thrilled. Yeah, you're going to be floating in a minute. Danielle's going to yeah, that's really cool. The back out there.
Look at that.
Look at you. Yeah, you can look up skirts with this, Tracy says.
Pretty good though, right?
Oh, that's damn good. I'm going to get me one now.
So
can you find one cheap for me?
I found plenty of those for $150. I've contacted 3 or 4 people lately.
Dude, if you find one at $150, I'm on it. I'll buy it in a heartbeat.
For real?
For reals. Not even kidding you. Yeah, I've wanted one of those, so don't even hesitate. I'll pre-send you the money if you want.
All right. We're going to talk after the show too, because I got a couple things in the works. I got somebody that's got an A6400 for sale and all 3 Sigma lenses. Okay, the 16 millimeter, the 30 millimeter, and 30? The 56 millimeter.
Oh, snikey.
Yep, and that's all 3 of them. And then they also have that same gimbal for sale. Oof. So I was let's a
talk
package
after the
deal.
Show. All right, let's talk. Let's see what happens. Quote of the week. Show me your dongle.
Show me your dongle.
I you know what, Sonny? I hear you, man. I hear you. It's okay though.
That was my name when I used to deliver
Low
Chinese
dongle?
food. One slung flawlessly.
Sounds like Slum Millionaire, Slumdog Millionaire.
One slung flawlessly.
I'm low slung. What'd you say? What was the last word?
Right. One slung flawlessly.
That's hard. That's like a tongue twister. low slung. I can't even say it. Jesus.
One
yeah,
slung.
I know. First of all, how you doing, Brian? I know he found us. He said you were on early. How you doing?
Yeah, see?
One slung
Vinny knows.
low.
One slung. One slung low.
It doesn't take much for us to
flawlessly.
veer off the tracks. I can tell you that right now. Yeah, John, he's going to need an Amazon link. That is by.
Well, the thing is, right? Brand new.
Hey, Daniel.
Hey, Daniel.
How you doing, sir?
The thing is, that gimbal new is closer to. You can get it on Amazon for $279 right now, but yeah, in the New York City area, there's several of them where they're about $150. But here's the thing:
150 at that. I'd take it. That's a great deal.
You got to get the right people. That's the hardest thing because, like, the battery is built into the handle. So if the battery's shot and it doesn't hold a charge, that's $67 right there. But if you get it for $150, it still pans out. But if you're paying like $200, it still doesn't. So you got to be you got to know the market for sure. But word up.
Somebody walked in, and I'm going to do something here. So hang on 1 second.
Are you gonna?
Hang on.
Are you doing congratulations?
I am. Look what we got here.
Okay, good.
We got us congratulations to Patrick at Everyday Tech. I made you this today, Patrick. You like my work? And he went over 1,000, very recently. And I wanted to, when you walked in, I wanted to, there you go.
That was like awesome.
Giving you the polite claps. Clap. I'm like, if he doesn't walk in tonight, I'm just going to send him the file because I worked on the file. And yeah, I liked it. So it looks good. I even put a little dancing pinata llama for you on there. But now you've been with us for so long, and you've been such a great supporter and everything. And I just love what you're doing over there.
Yeah.
And how great to see that happening, man. So don't even thank us. That's something I enjoy doing, and you deserve that. We all deserve a little happiness.
That was
and
nice.
Congratulations. Yeah, good on you, man. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, we love Patrick, that's for sure.
We do. Let's give him.
He's been around since the beginning. So
yes. Yeah. So happy for that. God. Vinny, where's my maple syrup, man? Yeah, it's awesome. Good. Yeah, it's good
coming.
stuff, man. Really happy about it. So we're good on that. That's cool. I appreciate that. I think that gimbal looks great. We were going to talk. If I can finagle one. So what did you do? Like, how did you feel good about that battery and that handle not being crappy? Something you could test it.
So I got this guy, and the thing is, right, here's what I know. I bought a gimbal. Yeah. I used it once, and I sold it. Everything was brand new, right? Okay. And that's what a lot of people do. And so when you find somebody that is kind of saying that, or you find people who are in the business, you start asking them questions and they answer, and then you look at their Facebook standings of how many sales they have, and they have some good info.
You weigh out the info, like it's like anything.
Everything.
Right.
Like when they get back to you, hey, can you meet me here? Yeah, I'll meet you there. They answer you back, like all these positive things. Because I'll tell you right now, the day before, some guy was supposed to meet me at work, and he was supposed to meet me at 8:30 in the morning. And so then he's like, oh, I can't make it. And then I was like, okay, he was supposed to meet me like in my building because he worked the next building. And then at 12 o'clock, he tells me, oh, I'm out in this parking lot. So you know what I said to him? I said, nah, yeah, you could keep it. I don't want it anymore. That's what I told him.
No, don't even bite on that, man. It's true though.
Doesn't even bite on it.
You got to really figure out how to weight those things out. Yeah, it's fluctuating, but man, it doesn't matter. It'll stay over 1K here soon. You were at 1.01 when I looked this afternoon, but whatever. Yeah. Man. The point is, you got there, and they can't take that away from you. But you'll eventually be so solid over 1, it won't matter about any fluctuating. So don't even stress that. Lala wants to send it out, and I know you've also done Notion streams with Lala. Congratulations, every day, awesome dancing llama. Yeah, well, he deserved a dancing llama, so I thought I'd do that.
Patrick put the work in, though. You know what I mean?
He's put it. Yeah, if you look at what he's
been doing videos.
Mm-hmm. He's doing the work on that.
And he's been doing live streams.
Danielle says, I'm in the market for a new desktop boom arm. Well, are you, sir? I've narrowed it down to the Rode PSA 1, which I have. The GatorWorks 3K, the Elgato Wave Arm. Anyone have a preference? I mean, I, of course, love my PSA 1. I got
the PSA 1 Plus.
You got the Plus.
The brand new
GatorWorks bothered me when I looked at the GatorWorks. So I just
don't like the GatorWorks.
Don't get the GatorWorks if I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, the Elgato looks good.
Yeah, the GatorWorks is great for a heavy overhead mic.
Yeah.
It's got the longer arm for a longer reach. And here's the thing, like every one of those particular arms do one thing a little better than the other. But I felt, and I actually talked to Tom Buck about this a little bit, is that out of the Elgato Wave Arm, which the low arm looks cool, but I know what would drive me crazy is those little magnetic plate covers coming off, which they do. Yep. It would irritate the crap out of me.
Yeah, you would hate that. Mm-hmm.
I would drive me nuts. So I ended up just getting the new, this new Rode PSA 1 Plus arm, and they actually have a new connector down here for attaching the mics, and it's even better than the old one. And it actually gives you some more room down here too for different types of mics to get the angles that I want. And I love this little snap-in channel that they have up top here with for the cable to just go right there. A lot of people don't like this in particular. It doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it because it is so white, but I can't say that it's ever like, I never turned you off because of it. That wouldn't be a reason.
Right.
So I don't know that would bother me. You could get a Sharpie and darken it in if you really want. If it was in black.
I mean, some people have used heat guns on them and peeled them off. They have label removal stuff. I'm just not going to, because it made me make the cover look a little shabby and stuff. I'm fine with it. It's not like what I want to have on there, but it doesn't bother me. But out of all those arms, the Rode PSA 1 is, the 1 Plus is the best. But the funny thing is, I told you I just picked up a Rode PSA 1 for $30.
That's crazy. I mean, I absolutely love mine, but Patrick, I have thought about the low profile at times would be kind of nice to have, to sneak under. I mean, there's no doubt. So I might want to try that out. At some point to see what I think about that, but it's not where I want to.
I think it looks really cool.
I mean, it does, and I do like being able to go under things. I look here and I go, yeah, my monitor's up here, so that might work out really good. So I don't know. We'll see long term, but it's on my mind, but it's not something I want to spend money on right now. I mean, we already have one that's working. I don't want to mess around. But those, hopefully that helps. Yeah. So let's just run through my slideshow. And if anybody wants to jump in on this is something that's maybe John is going to snore fest on, but it's something that I, that actually I'm interested in. Let's see here. Let me pull it up here. Give me a second. There we go.
Yeah, the only reason I picked up my second one was just so if I have someone else here, I can set up an arm.
That's great.
If I have my wife or whatever, I could have two. And I gave my old one to my son.
That's a nice present.
So,
all right. I know that. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, because I'm going to move on. I don't want to.
No, I was going to say that actually a lot of people that were watching the live stream on that whole topic actually gave my son that thing. They actually paid for it.
That's very cool. It was a community-based effort.
It was really my streaming family.
So I attended the, of course, Patrick will at least know, but the new thing is coming up. This is a Second Brain thing, and I attended the Second Brain Summit last week, which I know drives John nuts when I say that. But we're going to step over that because he hates the word summit.
He's better. Thinks he's better than us.
There we go. He hates it. He'd rather say it's like a club or some kind of thing. So I kind of changed it up. So anyway, Tiago Forte, who is really, the build is better, build a second brain movement. It's really his. I mean, he's kind of come out and been kind of a leader on this thing. So it was a lot of fun last week. And he had something that was interesting that really stuck with me. And not really, you could say what's a negative, but not really, because I think if you become aware of things as a content creator, especially, or even in life, you can really help yourself avoid certain things. So he had a keynote speech, and I'll bring this up. And what he talked about was, the joke was how to self-sabotage in 8 steps. And it was actually done humorously, because we went on a step too hard on these things, right? We don't take them that serious that we were too upset about it. But yeah, so if you ever want to check out what I'm talking about a little more deeply, head over to Tiago's website over at fortelabs.com. This was something he did. You can also find it on a YouTube video. He did it. I thought a very good job of this, and it really stuck with me. So I'll just break them down. I'm going to keep it simple. So number one way to self-sabotage is always starting from scratch. And I don't think John's in this case, but I can tell you right now, I have this habit, or I've had this habit in the past of going, oh, okay, I got to a point and like, oh, if I just start over, I could do this better. If I just start over, it'll be a cleaner vibe, right? A cleaner look. It doesn't look pristine. I've never really been able to embrace the chaos in the past of just letting something happen. So the tendency is to start over from scratch, which ends up being really an excuse for procrastination. So that's one way you can self-sabotage. I don't know. If anybody has any of these, let me know. If you don't, that's cool. Well, I'll go through the 8 and you let me know if any of these ding you. Anybody, including you, John. I don't think you.
Yes.
Feeling guilty. That's an odd thing when you say, I know you don't feel guilty.
Who, me?
Yeah, that's a kind of a weird phrase. When he said it, I was like, I'm not really sure what you mean by feeling guilty. Like feeling guilty you don't do enough work, or so that one kind of escaped me. And not every one of these, he said, would sneak with you. That was not one that did. But one that does is insisting on perfection. I've had a real problem with that. We're trying to make things so perfect.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of people's hangups at times. That kind of gets us back to number one. When it's not perfect, we tend to want to start over from scratch because somehow that's going to make it better on the other side.
We got to scrap it and start over. It's going to be better this time.
It's going to be better. But yeah. So insisting on perfection is always a problem. Not wanting to live with the chaos or not letting these things go as part of the process. So that's one that can really hurt you. Doing all the research first is number 4. I've had this affliction. I have this affliction still on some level, although I'm being better about it. And I've really put a deep dive in with all this stuff, whether it's Second Brain or PKM or whatever this stuff, to really find out why this has been my problem, which has been the best thing about these type of dumps. And but yeah, if I just do all the research first, right? Then I'll be credible. Then I won't make any mistakes. Then I won't be worried about being compared to the guy down the road, right?
Right. And it goes on and on and on.
But you're never satisfied. So you just keep going, then research.
Right.
The next thing I read, the next YouTube video by Tom Buck will put me over the edge, and I'll be able to start making videos and content creating. That's when it'll happen. Okay, Ken doesn't have the first 2. Cool. Glad to hear it. But I see. Is that getting up? Yeah. So, but he says number 3 can slow me down. I'm not careful. One of my self-awareness things. I stay on top of. Yeah. Again, self-awareness, I think, is the biggest thing in so much.
It's the key. Right?
It's the key, I think, in all of this.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll start. I just saw this by Patrick. I thought I was going to back up. We'll start calling it the Cantina. I like that. So I was at the Second
I'm only
Brain.
kidding. I could care less.
No, but it's fun to. No, don't tell people that. It's fun. Going big. So
Don't tell.
This is another one about always going big. And it sounds kind of weird, but in a way what happens is people not only go big, but they talk.
You're setting yourself up for failure.
And you talk big.
Oh my God, yeah.
You go on Twitter. Guess what? I found the next biggest thing, and I'm going to do all this stuff, and I lay it out there, and you put it out there.
Jeff, I can't tell you how many people I've seen in the last year and a half that I've been on YouTube do this. This is one of the worst things that they do. Because
I'm guilty too.
It's a marathon. YouTube is a marathon. Take the small chunks, take the small progressive climb to get better. And they think that they can either skip all over that and go right to the top, or I don't know what they think. I think they're going to impress everybody or something, but
what happens
just comes back like a pile of bricks.
I have read some research on it, but what happens is it gets back to dopamine where, I have this great idea. I love it. I pronounce it. And now I've got this dopamine hit, but when that wears out, I'm left
now you
with
have to manifest it.
And if I tell people I got this, I'm already 20% done, right? So then I've already felt like I've done a lot of work without actually doing any of the grind. So there are definitely emotional and neurological aspects to why somebody does that. And often they feel worse for doing it because then they're left with the work, but they don't have any of the energy now. They've already expended the energy. Well, you know you're going to do that 2 months ago. Who cares if you did it, right? And then they don't finish it. Then we get into bad cycles. It's really tough. So
plus, if you keep on doing that, then people won't come to what you are talking about next time. You know, like
it's
if you're overhyping everything.
Wolf. It's a little wolf crying sheep.
And then exactly. And then when you really do something, it'll be twice as hard to capture those same people anymore.
It's so true. And to be honest with you, I'm guilty of it. And I'm watching Ken. And Ken, I wanted to be here and comment. I'm glad you are. He doesn't like the hype, so that on that one. And then on this one, when you don't deliver on that, most people only watch and never come back. Right. It's really much like
there you go.
I don't trust you to deliver a message, right? And so I'm not surprised he said that. So he's giving me all the answers I figured he would give me. Number 6.
You gotta walk the walk and talk the talk. You can't just pick what you want to do. And
right. Doing it completely by yourself. Now, some people say, well, you have to do time. You're right. Now, there's sometimes you have to do it by yourself. But sometimes your life would be a little bit better. Your project might go a little bit smoother if you'd be okay trusting or asking people who do things much better to do it by yourself. I don't know. I think that gets a little bit complicated. I think it depends.
It does.
It depends because sometimes we don't even have that option to do it by yourself. So I guess that one really didn't.
Right.
I do a lot by myself, but believe me, if I can leverage people, I've gone out and talked to Brian, to you.
But what is that? Yeah, I was going to say, what does that really mean, though? You know, some people will say, like, doing it all by yourself means that they take on all the emotion and everything. Like, just sometimes talking to people about something that you trust could be enough for not taking it all on. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And but then the key part is that whole thing is people that you trust. So
do you trust those people?
Yeah. And I'm going to be one of those people
you don't trust.
That probably would try to do it by myself instead.
Yes, you would. Yeah, I think if there was any chance, you'd be like, nah, I'm good. And I've done it too over the years.
And this is why Ken and I are so similar, because I just look down here and he's saying the same exact thing pretty much. And so, yeah, because I feel the same way. Like right now, lately, I feel like I'm letting down myself because I am not able right now to hammer down and do what I usually do to get more videos out. Mm-hmm. And it is bothering me to the point where I'm holding myself, I'm really being a little bit hard on myself, and it's taken a little bit of effect. But and in turn, it causes some anxiety in me, and then I'm not sleeping enough. I don't take care of myself, and these things, which you think could be ridiculous, but that is the truth of the matter. I want to excel. I know I could do way better, and the thing is I can't put the gas pedal to the floor right now, and I have to deal with it. And dealing with situations is a hard thing for me too. So I have to teach myself, even at this age, to deal with situations better.
And the truth of it is, it's not like you're denial about it. So I think that's another aspect of it. Are you in denial of it? So I know which of these numbers I've thought about it. They hit me, and I'll Well, thank you.
And you know what's really funny is like
Jeff
brought this up today. And I have a list of like 5 things that I want to discuss in a stream. And one of them was perfection. And you know, and I was going to be like, the title was going to be Perfection, the Enemy Within. And it's like, I was going to go into about all this, and maybe I'll hold it off a little bit because it's always something we can re-examine down the road. It always needs to be looked at, and people have to look within themselves. But it was something that I wanted to go back to because I think it's so tangible for most people, you know?
It is, yeah. When I say perfection is the joy of life, I mean, it just sucks the life really out of things. It just does, and it's one of the things that we have a lot of us content people have a hard time. Number 7, comparing yourself to others, and I've seen this over and over on YouTube.
Right.
I mean, You saw that in Lita like every day.
Oh my God.
Which, by the way, they're not having Lita this April, by the way. Did you know that? Lita's canceled this April.
Yeah, I don't really do it, so it doesn't matter to me.
I'm just letting you know.
What?
Just letting you know.
Okay.
Just letting you know. Comparing yourself to others. I normally don't have a problem with this, but here's where I have a problem. Too much Instagram. So I have some of the best drummers that I'm following in the world. I have some of the best content creators in the world, right? Best photographers, best productivity people, whatever you're following that you really love.
Right.
And because of the way now the algorithm is, that's why it was interesting to me that I can pick and choose my feed a little bit differently. Because I may jettison like the people I'm following in my feed and just choose people differently, right? So favorites, like I just pick favorites so I could regulate what I see. Because when I'm scrolling, I'm being overwhelmed with all this great stuff being done. And there's not one person where I'm comparing themselves to. What all I'm seeing is a constant feed of me not doing what they're doing over time. I think it could be harmful. I think there can be too much getting on these things and seeing too much stuff. I personally do. So I think you have to regulate that. Even if you think you don't compare yourself to others, it can be overwhelming no matter how confident you are when you're going down a stream after stream after stream or feed after feed of stuff that are just so immense. And the last one, postponing gratification. This probably doesn't make sense on the surface, but what the point that was put to me on this was people will not allow themselves to enjoy the process at any level. They will only allow themselves, sorry about that. They will only allow themselves to enjoy if they succeed in the particular projects and ultimate end goal. So in other words, they're not enjoying the journey, whatever. They will not allow themselves to enjoy any part of it. They won't enjoy any of the grind. They won't enjoy taking the footage, doing the editing. So they're so miserable. And no task, no quest can continue if it doesn't have pleasure involved into it, because humans just can't do it. Okay, not unless they had a gun to their head. So you have to have that in you. So you have to be aware of that. So people say, well, enjoy the journey. That's fine. That's true. But a lot of people don't.
It is true.
They're so taskmaster. They're like, I'll enjoy it when I'm done, and I'm so frustrated I can't get this done soon enough.
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
I'll sleep when I'm dead. I've heard that how many times. But yeah, so if you check out Tiago Forte, he's got a really great video and breaks this down into more why we might do this. He's very he's very humorous about it. It's not heavy. It's not meant to be. It's an awareness thing, and basically it's saying, hey, if you want to sabotage yourself, I'll do these steps, and here's how you would do them. And I think that there's some value to that. So thank you for letting me.
Absolutely. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
So you went through this and just showed this. Now, I didn't know you were going to do this today.
Right. Okay.
But can I share my screen again? Because I want to show you what I did 2 nights ago. Okay. This will crack you up. So 2 nights ago. Okay. Here you go.
Here you go.
Tips to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Don't let perfection paralyze you. Right? Be the best you can with the time you have. Be sure to create a time frame and stick to it. This way you keep getting content out and keep improving your skills, right? Because what happens is you paralyze yourself, and the skills that you learned, they start to fall apart because you're just not using those skills enough more and more. And then, so I was here and I did 3 things. Stop comparing. Look, right?
This is wonderfully
we all
done.
Start and end differently. Keep your head up, keep moving forward, be kind to yourself, right?
Yes.
Step 3, share thoughts with experienced people. And so just don't ask anybody for advice. This can be risky. Find success in people that you trust that are doing the walk and talking the talk. And I wrote these up the other night. And then step 4, set goals. Keep yourself in check. Setting goals helps you strive for success. We all need to keep ourselves held accountable. Let's get after it. Remember to always reassess and pivot if you need to. In doing this, you need to be honest with your content. And
love it.
I was going to use this in a stream. So isn't that hilarious?
You still can use it in a stream.
Yeah, I will. But it's just funny that all of a sudden,
Well, I think you and I have had a lot of conversations, and so I think we're struggling. Struggling is a tough word, but we're dealing with some similarities for different reasons, and we're all going to run into it, man. And yeah, Patrick, Jay, and Coffee Talk, comparing yourself to each other, okay? Exactly. I mean, it's true. But I love that you did that. And I'm glad that you shared it here. And you should do it again, of course. It's great reinforcement of what we're trying to talk about. I don't think you can talk about it enough. I think some people run from it, and then a lot of people hold on to too much of it. And then it becomes, that's all they want to be and talk about. And then they're like, I'm comfortable making this my life discussion and quest because it's my ultimate excuse not to do anything now, is to live inside the 8 reasons I sabotage myself. And I definitely don't want to put myself in that position. I was going to go through the whole rigmarole too, and on each one of those go, here's the steps you could to get out of it or keep. I didn't want to go down that deep, but I'm glad you did, because I think it's a great counterbalance to all that stuff I put out there. So awesome stuff, man. Don's here.
Yeah, hey Don.
I guess I have to watch the beginning of this stream. Very interesting to see the last 2 things. Yeah. So I mean, I think it's a good thing. John and I have had a lot of. It's funny because when John, it's going to be a year. In a couple weeks, it'll be a year that we met. So it's really, that's kind of
April 1st. Yeah.
I think that milestone's triggering on me too a little bit, but in a good way.
And a lot of people in here too, like Patrick and Don, and a good amount of people too. So.
Yes, Jim. Why do it if they are not having fun doing it? Exactly. And some people do it because they success, or they think there's some fantasy or something that's going to make them happy to do it.
Right.
It's definitely going to be like some tertiary emotional reason, right? I mean, to
get to the finish line, they think that like I got to knuckle down, but I mean, the problem is if you aren't enjoying it, right, then is it really worth it, Jim? Right? So it makes sense.
I think you have to assess that. Are you having fun? And I had to go through that when we changed some things. Am I having fun? I'm like, I've got to pivot back to where I have more joy and go back into that and relearn some things and where I was at. Right. And I'm finding, I said today before the stream, I'm having so much fun prepping for the streams now because I'm doing it a certain way, and I'm starting to be more efficient because I'm doing it a way that's fun for me. And I'm leaning into the things that I enjoy. So that means I've read, last 5 nights after that summit, I've been reading Cantina, whatever you want to call it. I've been reading till 2 a.m. on these things I just can't get enough reading on, and I'm enjoying it. I'm like, I'm going back to that, and I'm finding myself, and that gets like, well, people say you're not in other people's streams enough, and I'm like, no, because I'm trying to do something, and that doesn't serve me at this moment. But that doesn't mean I don't like going into people's streams and supporting them. But I think we all go through these peaks and valleys, and you have to do things that you enjoy, or you're not going to do. If I had to do a bunch of research on items that don't speak to me, certain tech things or certain things else, I'm not going to stay up to 2 a.m. to do that. I'm going to turn on like HBO Max, watch a show. And I found myself kind of doing it for a while, and I'm like,
I don't think that's the key to success for any of us that are streaming, is to go watch other people's streams anyway. I like to support and get there when I can, but it's not about like,
well, some people
that's not going to be your overall growth for the future.
No, you know what I mean? So don't do that. If you're ever thinking of that, don't do that. Go in there, you go there to support. If anybody has a different agenda,
go there to support.
Go there to support. If you get back something from doing it because it's honest support, then you win. Your ROI is immense. If you start going and you're spending hours and hours all the time, months after month, I just don't know. There's no one wins there.
I think it's like you go back and you watch and you end up supporting the people. Right, bye, Don. You end up supporting the people.
My point. I'm kidding.
That you have connections with. So there are some people in here that some people that I watch every now and then that I have absolutely no connection with, because and I watch like no connection to the things they're streaming about. But the reason that I watch a bit of it is because I like the people. I like those people. So I'm supporting them and vice versa, and those are the things where you make connections with people. So I'm not saying like don't go out there. Like when I first started live streaming, I want to go see everybody stream because I want to see like what people are looking at, what people are doing.
That's like educational consumption. That's like going out to learn. And then you hit another stage where you're like, I'm going to continue to learn, but also I'm networking because I'm so new. And then you hit a critical mass where you're not gaining anything from the live streams. You'd be better off doing more. and you're not really gaining anything from subscribers, because usually in that mode, you guys have all subscribed to each other and you max that out. And at some point, then you've got to take it to you have to do more. And so, but some people don't give that up. And, that's where you start getting into traps. And I think that's a dangerous thing. It's an obligation or to do it for any other reason than you're enjoying it.
What this is all about, right?
No. And so Jim's saying, okay, so some people are doing live streams just for the money. Of course they are, right? Or they're doing recorded videos just for the money. Just for the money.
Or they're just looking for exposure too. Like, I want to do live streams and I wanted to get to my goal of 1,000 and reach these, goals. But then it's also about exposure. I want people to know that, hey, Coffee Talking Tech is about live streaming, and he does a heck of a job with his live streaming, right. So.
There's many reasons why people stream. I mean,
right.
One of them, but Jim's not wrong. There are people who do it just because they want to make money. I will tell you this. I've seen those channels already in the last year. I've seen a lot of those channels already slip and slide. Now, part of it's COVID.
Sure.
And part of it is I could tell when they weren't passionate about it, and you could see that slip out. And then there's always the rebrand, always the new channel. And that's fine too.
Right.
Look, I'm not saying sometimes that's important to do. There is no black and white in this, so I hope no one takes that for what that's worth.
Okay.
People matter.
Listen, we're going in almost an hour and a half now. And so I wanted to, this is kind of like a surprise on you a little bit, but I had someone reach out to us and basically ask, can you look at my live stream and see what I may need to improve the most with?
Okay.
And so I'm not here to nitpick everything out. I want to watch a little bit of it. And it's someone we both know.
It's a Tommy? Because Tommy wants our opinion, right?
It's not Tommy.
I know he's so insecure about his streaming and his channel and what he's doing. How you doing, Tommy? It's not Tommy. Okay, I'm intrigued because I have no idea who you're talking about at this point. So that's cool.
It's Philly Flipper, right? Our friend Paul.
Oh, hey Paul, how you doing, man?
He just got monetized actually with his live channel. He made it to the goal line, and now he's just going to apply.
He's going to apply.
So, but he reached out and he's like, hey, can you look at this video and just go over? So I asked him, of course, before this, and I said, do you mind if I do it like this? Mm-hmm. And the reason is because I want people to realize, right, at some point that there are people weekly that I get emails from that ask a lot of stuff like this. And I don't go and tell everybody this, but to me, in my eyes, the more that people are asking me these types of questions, it means that they're valuing my input on things. And I just want to let these people know, I really appreciate that from all the people that reach out, because it means that you trust in me with a lot of the decisions I've made, and I have not been doing this a million years. And so I appreciate that. So I'm going to show the video.
Let the roasting begin.
On my screen, and we're going to watch. Yeah, and we can talk, Jeff, about whatever, if you see something or whatever. But we're here to be kind, and we're here to be professional about it, of course.
Of course.
So this is him with his guest, Kayla, and it's basically Friday night hangout with Kayla. So let's hit the button here. And do we want to hear this too or no? I guess we should, right? We have to.
Yeah, let's check it out. May have to route it.
You hear it?
No. Check your Wave XLR or your browser.
You don't hear that?
I don't hear it. Do other people hear it? Is it just me? I don't hear it. Oh, Tracy, she jumped. She was here a minute ago. Now she's over there. I don't hear it.
You're not hearing that?
No. Tommy, do you hear it? Ken? No, Ken's busy driving. Philly, do you hear it?
Oh, hold on. I did this because I screwed you so many times. You know what I did.
Yes, you did the stream cutoff, didn't you? Yes. You have you guys have no idea how many times he has talked over my intro. It's my favorite one of Halloween. And so he's...
She needs your rant.
So I blocked it, yeah.
Listen.
Kayla got plenty of rants.
Today would be a good day for rants, but I might hold them in. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I have a hard time holding it in. I'm too,
I'm going to try to pry them out of you and see how that works.
All right. So how do you think he's sounding so far?
What mic is he using? He's got an overhead?
Jessica? For once, I'm
guessing.
What's going on?
I don't know. The thing is, I think he bought a pod mic recently. Wow. I know he did. So I don't know if it's like out of the shot.
Even though I will say I was reading your comments in your comment section, and there's some people speculating that you won round 2. How can they speculate when they haven't seen my second video yet? Because they don't really know.
Well, I feel like the 3 that I shared today, I did win because they were very like strategically picked out.
Oh, so you did it on purpose, huh? So wait, so you're counting winning as each individual.
Okay, so first of all, what do you think of how he sounds, Jeff?
I think he sounds pretty good. I feel like he might be a little distant. I don't know. Like I'm hearing some room noise. This is picky stuff.
But it's not horrible, right?
Oh my God, no! It sounds better than 90% of the people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
I think he sounds pretty good. I don't know, like again, exactly what mic he's using here. So maybe he can let us know and put it in the comments. But he's got the thing that bothers me the most of this is see how much headroom he has. I feel like he's trying to center himself with the things in the background of the room, especially that shelf that's behind him.
That was going to be my comment. Like the sound is good, but it looks like it's slumped down. It's acceptable, more than acceptable. But I just feel like the headspace and then what happens. And you and I have been through this because I used to have huge problems with it. You still get on me a little bit with my spacing. And then what happens is it's distracting it a little bit because I looked like I was either a munchkin or my head was completely cut off.
I mean, the way that she's here with the headspace is more proper. You want to give yourself a little bit of room and you want to be at the top. So this way, you don't want to give yourself at the very top because then if you do jump up a little bit, then you're out of frame. But right here, this shelf, I feel like he's trying to salvage this shelf to see it more than care about framing him. And so what I would like to see him do is frame himself, and then you have to work around that shelf. Then you're going to have to make an adjustment or place it somewhere or make a little change. But take care of you because...
Well, my 2 cents on this is that that's really true. And here's the thing. Like, they both have a great presence. I like the presence so much. Often it's not as I like it. It's jovial. It's fun. You can tell they have a nice dynamic. We've seen a lot of people try to do the co-host thing, and it's not easy, right? And you can see my head's almost cut off,
right?
Because I get close. I have a tendency to do that. But so I like all that. But what happened if you look at Paul? He's probably trying to do that, and I like his presence a lot. He's very affable. I think he's engaging and what do you call it? Accessible. I like watching him.
Absolutely.
It's like his vibe. But here's the thing. He looks insecure and he's not. Like he might be. That's not the point. The point is raise yourself up. Be in the screen.
Yeah.
Take ownership of your space. That's what I was
going to say.
You know what I mean? Because even though you might be affable.
To see you.
Right. We're here to see you. We also want to see you take control and make everybody feel comfortable with that spacing. So sometimes having yourself shrunk down like that, it doesn't give that vibe off. I mean, that's a small thing to consider.
And he's a big guy.
Yeah. Well, you're tiny, but
So as far as that, I think he's got to work with himself to really center himself a little bit. So left to right isn't really the problem. It's just it's a far down. Yeah. Now, I believe he's got the pod mic and he doesn't have a cloud lifter, which, it doesn't matter because at that distance, it's going to pick up. If you put the cloud lifter to get more volume, it's going to also pick up more room too. Yeah. And so he would sound just as bad.
Where is the pod mic? Where is the pod mic here?
Oh, and why are you being afraid to have it in frame a little bit and have it up a little bit? So you're going to sound a ton better. I saw you practicing with it that first day you got it and you sounded much better. It was closer to your mouth. And there are techniques to have out of, mic shots because basically you're seeing me right now and I do not have, and J.A. and myself do that. But it's you got to have the right mic. You got to have it set up properly. You got to have a little technique and to get the best sound. But don't be afraid to use that mic. I think his camera, he's on StreamYard at 720, so it doesn't really matter at this point. I think if he just, the first and foremost thing I want him to do is get that mic a little bit closer and center himself. And then there's one more thing if we watch him.
Cell, like tallies at each cell?
No, like each video.
So.
Okay, well, see, mine has the second church in it, so good luck.
I love her
I did
accent.
good at Second Church. I already sold that TV.
but you haven't released that one yet, did you?
Second Church?
And I love Paul. He's a great guy. And
Well, you
in
can see
general,
that.
and that's
That's
why
the thing.
people come
That's why I like to see
want to
him
stream with him.
Yeah, I can see why. That's why I want to see him raise up and have that presence.
So,
right.
the last thing I'll do, because these are just very acceptable things that he can do improvements on without spending money.
Put a pillow under it.
The other thing I would say is see how the one side of his face is way overexposed.
Yeah. We don't see it, but
oh, okay.
I mean,
I'll take
your word on it.
So you can see the right side of his face here
sure.
is a good portion overexposed here.
Yeah, turn that down.
So he's trying to even it out. So he's like, say he's a little dark here. Mm-hmm. So and then he's a little bit bright on the outside here, but not in the front. So I may feel like he has to angle his lighting a little better. And then what I would have done is took this down a little bit on this side, because if you're
I'd make that Rembrandt on that side. I'd make that darker and just have that vibe and if you want it. Yep.
Right. Which I think he has two lights, because by the looks of it, it looks like he does. You know?
Yeah, that's got to be two lights. That's two light sources. Yeah.
And I would say those three things, and he may have to work with the angles. He may have to work with having the right, proper, things to mount him with or anything like that. But there's a lot of different ways to do that, and we can't see his whole layout to really help him to know exactly how we could do that. But I hope those couple little things, and as far as anything else, like if you thought we were going to say, hey, get a new camera, get this, that's not the point, right? You got to work with what you have. And so centering yourself, positioning your background, and your lighting as best as you can, and sounding the best are right now the most important thing that you need.
And he doesn't really need to do anything. I mean, you deal with either the camera angle. I fight with this room down here where I had to fight with my chair, the camera angle and things. It's low ceiling a little bit. So I totally get that.
Right.
But however you do it, you just basically have to make some adjustments on the height. I would just put the pod mic honestly in frame, because it's going to work best having in a normal space. You have the animals, but you can tell my room's not treated either. And so without treated room, it's just picking up a little bit of that echo. But I mean, that's minor stuff, like really and then the lighting, you're right. Like all you got to do is balance that light, turn that lighting down on this right side. And just let that.
And so lifting him up in the chair is not the answer, because he might have to angle the camera a little bit.
It's always a fight.
And adjust where the camera is, how far. Like there's a lot of things, but I feel like you're trying to, Paul, to adjust yourself for the room instead of adjusting the room for yourself.
Screw that. The room can work around you. You don't need to do that. The vibe.
You've
got so much vibe. You got so much vibe already behind you.
Yeah.
They'll see that.
Exactly.
They'll feel that vibe, and then they'll see you in the picture and filling that space up and sounding good and lighting good. You're just like right there. You just got to make those little tweaks, and you're really doing well. I just want to bounce off what he's saying here. It's two lights, but they're ring lights, not key lights. Okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
I would still turn that. You're right. He's still overexposed on that right side for sure. A little on the left side.
Right.
I would just go ahead.
So you got to do the best you can with them. So even if you just kept the one on the one side, like how it was, and the overexposed side just brought it down a tad,
so
then it would be better.
So often, this is how I actually stream. I don't normally have that light on. Today I did for different reasons. I was trying to read. I have one light on over here. Now, some people may not like this. They may think whatever, but I mean, it's a vibe. Don't run from it. If you don't have the lighting to balance it out the way you want. I look better in the dark. I'm not going to be a lie. So, I'm a face made for dark. Rodrigo says, oh, by the way, Todd, I'm sorry, man. I got caught up in conversation and missed you. Hey, how you doing, sir? You got green, so I'm going to say late St. Patty's Day to you. Let's see what we got here. I want to go back. Rodrigo made a comment here. What do you guys think about mics in frame? You have yours, Jeff, and I see no problem with that, but what does the majority say? Does it ruin the video? I definitely have my opinions on this. You can have yours. My opinion is that for my recorded videos, I'm going to have an overhead like I had on the one with the Go XLR. I really like, I'm not against having this here, but I do play with it a lot. I like having the space when I'm streaming. It gets a little bit in my way when it comes to my Stream Deck sometimes, maybe my monitor. So from sometimes a usability standpoint, I don't like it. I do like the sound of this mic probably better than my overhead, although I like the overhead. So it's broken. So this is why I've been using this right now at this point, but I definitely want to go back to it. I like not having the mic in frame, but not so much how it looks, except for the videos that I'm recording. I don't know why. I just feel like it's different. I think it's a distraction for a 5-10 minute video. I think to have a mic in there, unless you're talking about the mic. I don't know. What's your opinion on that?
I don't have a problem with it myself. I think it's just like everybody's going to have a different opinion to that. And it's really like, what are you most comfortable with? I think that's what it comes down to, because if you're more comfortable with something, right, and you keep on getting more comfortable with all those things, your videos will be better. It just, in the end, if you add all that up, it will just mean a better video for you. So it is about finding what things fit you the best. Now, for me, when I'm doing my live streams, I usually prefer to have a mic in front of me, but also I do this because I try to dial in my mic, because when I do use this, I want to learn it and I want to be able to use it for my best ability in my videos too. And so, I'm not here knowing everything. I am using the products. I am giving the feedback on them. I am learning myself to perfect these things right now also.
Tommy says, Paul's 6'10" in a 5'11" room. It ain't working around.
Right. That's what I tell my doctor when he's like,
funny.
You're 270 pounds. And I was like, well, yeah, doc, I'm 5'11", but I was supposed to be 6'12".
Let's talk about this, Ken. I prefer my mic and frame. Is this a testosterone thing? Is this a geek out gear guy where you're like, I gotta have my side, it's like having my gun in my holster. I mean, is that, what is the reason why? I'm playing with you, Ken, but like, why do you prefer your mic in the frame? Is it a vibe that you think it gives? Is it because you feel like you feel more comfortable with it because you got to move it around? I mean, I'm just curious. Like, there's no wrong answer, man. Who cares if the mic's in frame?
Well, listen, I've seen people talk about a mic and they would give up the quality of their sound in their live stream to have the mic out of the shot. And that's a personal preference.
It is. And it's okay to change it up. And we like to change it up not only because for different reasonings, sometimes just change it up because you're doing a lot of streams. I mean, you just want to do something different. You want to show people something different. So it's good to see you.
But the thing is,
how you doing?
I mean, does everyone in here, right? We got 18 people in here right now. Right. Do the majority of the people feel that my out of shot mic is very acceptable? Because I mean, I strive for that nonetheless. But
I would
the
prefer,
thing is, I don't want it to be just acceptable. I hope it's better than average.
I would like to see you lower your chair by 10 inches and maybe put a whole monitor right in the middle. That would be great. I think that'd be a perfect stream for you. What's interesting is when you do, I've seen you do a lot lately with the boom, and I like your presence on that. You know what I mean? I like it when you don't. Yeah. I do think we both have different body language when we use different mics. If you go back and look at our live streams, I've noticed with me, I fidget more when I have this in front of me because it's like a fidget spinner. We have a little bit different vibe. You're almost feeling, this is small, but you almost feel more exposed by not having anything in front of you in a weird way, because it's not really covering up, but maybe you use it as a little bit of a prop or an excuse to move it around because you're not nervous, but maybe you just need to do something. I don't know. We do act differently though when it's not in front of us.
I don't. And I barely touch my mic, right? So
I
it's
know
like
you have
there.
You have great discipline.
But I like the way it sounds though. So that's my main thing is like I really like the mic closer so it sounds better.
Ken, his answer is I don't know. I just like it. You know what? There you go. There's no other answer is necessary. I didn't, if you had some deep-seated child thing where he's like, oh, I don't know, I sucked my thumb till I was 10. I just like to have something around. I don't know, something where you got to go on a couch. But it's cool, man. You don't have to have some.
I agree with Brian. If you have a good-looking mic, you got to show it off. And honestly, I think the 320 is an awesome-looking mic. So
I don't care what anybody says. This is a sexy mic. I think it sounds good.
It really is.
I think it
love
good.
It. So,
and if I had to pick a mic, and it's the only mic I could have, I would go with this. But I did like how I sounded on the Shure SM137. But you can't beat these mics. But sometimes it does get in my way, and I'm kind of annoyed by it. Yeah, we see you got one, man. It's good. You got it.
I'm gonna.
I got it.
I definitely got it. I've been saying to myself, I want to throw it back in there again. I've been using the NT1, which I'm glad I'm going to keep it. I like it.
Sounds great on your voice. That NT1 is really dialed into your voice. Todd says, when I did the daily advent calendar unboxing, I grew tired of having to chase my in-frame. I know. And this is what I'm saying. Like so many times when I'm doing videos or something and I'm like, oh, this thing is just in the way. Or even live streaming. Like I'm trying to reach for something. I don't care for that all the time. I'm actually thinking about moving it to either another side. But here's the other problem. We're talking about Patrick. He's got the Elgato, the low.
Yes.
Lomo. I would like to, I have a raised up with those two arms, the Huano arms or whatever. And it would be perfect to stick on. It would be out of my way. And
listen, I think it definitely has its use, and I would like to get my hands on one to know what it feels like and see if I would utilize it more.
Like a money
but
thing, man.
It's a money thing. I don't want to go and pay full price because I know that the Rode is a great product. So
Tracy,
thank you, Patrick, for what you said. By the way,
I'm gonna go back on it. But I just have loud. Okay. I do like to watch men play with their mic. I just imagined in the women's world where it's not a strip club. It's a club where men just sit around. They dropped out of high school and they just have mics on booms. And there's like, they come out and I just do this, and then she's throwing quarters at them. That's
yeah. I agree, Don. It does look really good too.
What? Okay. You're
saying
in
like
the world.
The low profile mic looks good. It's really hip. I get it because I love the way it looks, but I just don't want to go on looks. And there were a couple things that bothered me with it where I know like nothing bothers me with the Rode. There's not one thing. So
John does. He always sounds.
And you know what I was gonna do? I was gonna buy the low profile, and then I was gonna be like, if I don't like it, then that's gonna go to my son. So because I could have played that game.
Are you adopting? I want to be your son if you're gonna hand off all.
Dude,
stuff.
He's got such a crazy setup for.
I already know.
10 years old.
I was getting like worn out Wrangler jeans from my brother growing up as hand-me-downs, and keep in mind he had like a 28-inch waist and mine was like 38. So, you know what I mean? So that's the kind of hand-me-downs I'm getting from you on the tech end. Sammy says the Rode NT1 is for everyone. LOL. Sorry, Tom Joe. Yeah. I mean, it's a great mic I think it's,
I don't know if he said that, but that's, I guess he must've said that, but that's what people say in general is that the NT1 is such a neutral mic. It can be used for anybody. The whole point is that first of all, it's got a noise floor of 4.5 dB. Try to find a mic.
Good luck.
For $260 that even comes close to that quiet. No. And then on top of it, you got such a neutral mic that you can use it for anything. Anything.
I love that mic. I may actually get that mic at some point. Yeah. So I'll give you a case in
point.
Let
me know. I'll look for one.
Okay. I'll give you a case in point, although you can't see down, but well, you know what? You can. Let me just something almost happened while we were doing this, and I'm like, oh my God, it almost happened. So let's just look at the boom issue here. I'll get rid of this. So my boom is a little out of shot here. Okay. It's right behind it, but it's really tight to this mug. And I reached out trying to avoid the mic and just about put this coffee or this tea actually in my lap. But that's the thing that does bother me. Like there's so much stuff going on here that sometimes reaching and doing things with the Stream Deck, I don't like have to think about that. Whatever. That was just something almost happened here live. So I thought there's another reason why. Keep going. I can finish out the vision for you. Yeah, that'll help. Maybe I'll put up a blog or something for you, Tracy, and you can jump in and read it later. Read out how that ends. So Rodrigo says, John's son is the most generous Santa Claus. Is that true, John?
Well, I mean, he doesn't get everything he wants by any means. Like, he wanted that Oculus, and there was like, no, we're not getting the Oculus. And yeah. And so we try to give him things that are useful. You know what he asked for, though? That was pretty cool. What? He asked for a 3D printer.
Those are pretty cool.
They're cool, but don't know if it's right for him right now.
Well, and I don't know how expensive that gets after time. Just start printing everything. I think it might get a little bit pricey. Can you print me a car that runs on water because gas is too much? You know what, Sammy? You're right. There are some great mics, $400, $200, $300, sound great on any voice. That's the thing.
Yeah. Oh, here he is.
He wants to know about that Oculus.
He's got his Rocky Balboa It's like he's going into the ring to fight.
Uh-oh. He's smoozing you, Santa.
I'm playing a bowling game with a fire stick.
Cool.
Don't fall for this. John, don't fall for this.
What?
Don't fall for it.
I love you.
Of course, I love you too.
All right, bye.
Great, another good parent.
I have to say goodnight. Like, you have to do that because my night does not feel like finished if I have to not say goodnight to him. So
it's not a K7, Patrick, but it's I'm loving this keyboard. I have to be honest with you.
Baby.
Very happy with my keyboard. And I did see you drop my name the other day. I'm like, oh, you dropped my name in a Patrick video on the keyboard. So that's cool. Appreciate it. But it's a lot of fun, and it's fun, man. That's why I do love what he's doing, because so much what he does, I wish I was doing more of. I'll live vicariously through Patrick. How about I do that? What is Rodrigo saying?
Yeah, Patrick's got some great toys. He's got different toys too. He doesn't all have the same stuff as us. So he's got cool stuff.
Yep. Are you going to treat your room, Sammy, ever? Maybe I'll help you out. We'll do some treatment. It's getting warmer out, so I'm getting ready to go in the wood shop and build some acoustical panels for this place. But I wonder if you even notice it with the mic and the NS1 and everything. You think acoustical panels are going to show up in here much on the end result? It will for a
I'm telling you, like I will probably never add anything.
I'm starting to wonder, but the condensers maybe, but I don't know. We've gotten such good quality off of our tweak. I almost think, why would I want to put $800 into acoustic panel builds other than to do it and show how people how to do it? Ken, got to run.
I listen to you like when you're quiet and I listen to you, you're like, brother. I don't even hear anything.
It's dirt quiet.
Take care. See you later, Ken.
I saw the K8. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to wait until the K9 comes out because probably Patrick's going to get the K8 and I'll wait on. I'm kidding. It'll be like a keyboard war. We're just escalating everything. Good night, Ken. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for getting in on the sabotage stuff. That was cool, man. I appreciate hearing that. Yeah.
Also,
different toys and you guys in a different wedding. Yeah. You're kind of like the little adopted brother that way. You know.
I have different toys.
We love you anyway.
Well, that's the idea, though. We can share. Yeah, Todd, I'm looking into that. Actually, I was going to pick up a used Ender 5, I think it was, Pro. But even that 3 Pro for $99 is great. But like, I hear what all you guys are saying. The filament costs, the add-ons, there's a lot involved. It's not just like, okay, buy a printer and put paper in it. You know what I mean? It's not that easy.
And how much time do you have? I mean, do you want to be printing a lot of stuff? And Tommy's like, the printing houses, they're printing amazing things already with this stuff.
They are.
But that doesn't mean I need to go out and get one and get lost when I have so much to do. However, I have seen some pretty cool uses for it, but I feel like it's a dumpster dive for me to get into. And maybe next winter when I have a minute, I'll get into it. But
yeah, I mean, that's not my agenda.
So Sammy says
he wants to create.
Sammy says he has no echo right now. If you do the clap test, that would be the best test. Yeah. Sometimes. Yeah, it's a good test. Yeah. What have you done to test it? Have you done have you grabbed what's happening off the walls with you can get some apps and do some actual, or you can record it and run the wavelengths and see what's fighting. There's ways of reading a room to find out exactly what's going on with the frequencies. And so stick a mic in the middle and run a real frequency test. See, that's the only way you'll really know.
That's the idea. So you don't want to sit there and treat the whole room. You want to treat where it's, the biggest cost. Right. So it's what's most cost effective is to treat those major problems the way you're set up in your room.
He's not wrong if you just stop buying mics. But if you sell more cameras, you know, you keep flipping your cameras. Oh, you could build like an elementary school for the kids or something. Something that you.
I was waiting for people to judge me. I was waiting for everybody to judge me when I announced that I sold a ZV-E10 and then I bought a ZV-E10 used.
What you don't know is the group chat that was held behind your back.
Right. They're like, that guy's a jerk. He gets everything.
Yeah, that's like John's a douche, you know, group chat. And we went in there and we were like, he gets everything. He gets everything. It's easy for him too. It just falls in his lap. He doesn't have to do anything. He just sits there and it just falls into his lap.
I don't know how I do it. It's unbelievable.
Yep. There's going to be more of this. And the printing stuff's cool. I'm not saying it's not cool. I just don't. And then it's like, okay, kids have more time and a lot of imagination, and they don't care about when the ink runs out. They don't care that you got to reorder, you know, an $80 ink cartridge for the ink. They just want to print stuff out. And so I can only imagine what it would be like if you started doing 3D printing. Kids they don't have their imagination and time. They have a lot of it. they're not gonna end.
Heck yeah.
It's gonna get real expensive, is all I'm saying. I'm not gonna go down that path. Hey, by the way, I don't have it up. So have you been watching? I saw an article today in PC Mag about the abating GPU supplies. How GPU supplies. So there are ways to test the supplies. Huh?
I am up on that whole agenda of pricing right now. So,
well, like Newegg, eBay. So they're running their numbers on what their suppliers have, how long stock's staying in, and what they're saying is that the supplies are staying in longer. Before it was grab. Yeah. Of course, you can always go on price, but it's not always price. It's also about how the supply chain is. How many? How fast are they going off the thing? So they actually can run numbers on that.
Yeah. Just about everywhere has anything available, and prices have dropped about 30% in the last 3 weeks.
In December, the RTX 3070 in December was about 1,100, and right now it's about 768. So that's right about that 30%.
I was going to say 800, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
and then you're going to see a RTX 3060. My prediction is within the next 3 to 4 weeks, it's going to be down to 425. So. You know, and they were put out in market at about 325. So, you know, we're getting really close to now. The best one that I found used, I could pick one up right now for 450, about 15 minutes away. It's brand new, unused, and I could buy that. But I'm going to wait for prices to drop. I don't have to get one right away, but I will get one for vMix because vMix will utilize that 3060 with my motherboard a lot better. I'll have like tremendous amount more video RAM, VRAM.
And on that note, though, NVIDIA is actually now in talks with Intel to use their foundries. So they're actually talking about getting in cahoots and using Intel chip foundries. That would be pretty massive. I mean, they've already gone out and leveraged a lot of different suppliers. But to go out and get in bed with Intel on that would be incredible, actually. I mean, it's going to take them a bit to fire that up.
I don't know how many people know this, but NVIDIA, they have what's called like version 1 and version 2 cards that are out right now. Right. And because the mining was taking all the cards itself and inflated this price also, along with the chip shortage because of all that. So they made these version 2s where they cannot easily make those mining GPUs. So they have it limited for hash rates, and so it will not be the ones that the miners want to utilize. And so that's going to help tame that market a lot faster. And it was a brilliant idea to do at some point. You know, they didn't want to do it too fast because they like the money, I'm sure. But
they do.
But you got to keep your gamers happy too.
But I got to tell you, it would be interesting if Intel can pull that off. It's a lot because the demands that NVIDIA puts on chip makers is pretty high. Nick, what are you doing? He's in an attic at the hospital.
Hey, Nick. Nice to see you. I was thinking about him today. I was waiting. I missed the what's up. I was like, man, I haven't seen that in a while. It's good to see you, bro.
I wonder if he copies and pastes that. That's a lot of stuff to type all the time. I'm too lazy to kind of do that all the time. Tommy says, I don't understand why people say they can't afford upgrades, don't find stuff to flip on eBay to support the hobbies. Yeah, but it's time. How much time do I want to take to learn to flip and deal with shipping and all that? I mean, I don't have time now. What is the ROI on that for me if somebody who's only doing it to support a hobby? Is it really financially viable to do that? I don't know. I mean, it depends, I suppose, on the product.
With my motorcycle stuff.
Huh? Yeah, but
I used to do it with my motorcycle stuff. I used to flip stuff all the time.
That's true. Maybe not as a hobby. Okay, so fine. I have stuff already. I got a motorcycle. I'm going to sell that to put to another. But that's not how a lot of people work with hobbies. They collect. They hoard. They use it till it drops.
No, but even like I say I wanted $1,000 exhaust. I would buy all these motorcycle gloves, off of, out of China, and then I would sell them on all the forums and make money.
You did that before you were doing YouTube, right?
I did that 12 years ago, yeah.
Right. But I'm saying as a YouTuber, I'm just saying, I don't think I'd want to put time into any of that stuff to deal with how to do.
No, I hear you. And that's...
He's not wrong as a general person, though.
Yeah. I mean, we have a full-time job and this and that. But like for me, if I could grab a couple cameras and resell them and make $300 to $400 a pop.
But you're doing that already because you're using Facebook Marketplace, which I think is the most efficient way to go.
Yes.
And
I know the market.
You know the market. You don't have to deal with eBay stuff and shipping normally because, right, you're usually doing it in person in your location. You get away with it.
Well, I sold that camera on eBay because you got more exposure. So if you got it, listen, it was $200 worth of fees. So I had to price the camera at with shipping. It was $1,455. And then, I kept like $1,255 of that. So
you did well.
But the camera costs
I've thought about it.
Tax.
So here's in my case, I have drum equipment. I have a lot of it. And there's so much that I'm like, the other day, I'm like, I got to get rid of it. So I'm going to sell some of that, put it into gear or whatever, maybe. So I can go to eBay, but I live just outside of Milwaukee and I can go to Musical Round, which is a huge ass store, walk in there with the stuff and they give me every competitive price. I don't have to, I just drive there for 10 minutes. They look at it, they give me the same price. They go up on eBay, they look at everything, compare it out. I'm fortunate. If you're not near something, if you're not near the market you're in, if you're not near an outlet that I have for something specific, I agree. I mean,
yes,
man, sell some stuff and upgrade, man. We all have stuff hanging around we got to get rid of. That's the one thing. I probably have thousands of dollars of stuff here that if I just get rid of it, I could upgrade stuff. Hey, Tommy, but then I don't know about eBay.
I say goodbye to Darlene.
I don't want to sell stuff. I know.
She's heading out.
I'll get to people.
Darlene, thanks for coming by. I appreciate that. Nice to see you. It's been a while.
Yes. Good luck, and we will see you. We will see you soon, Darlene. Nice to drop in and say hi. And Aaron is here.
Thank you.
Now, Aaron dropped a nugget on me.
How you doing?
I know he's been bugging you about a laptop, and I'm going to call him out. I don't care because I'm actually looking for a PC too, but I've decided to go on a replacement of my laptop for an actual PC. So I'm not getting a laptop replacement. I'm not going to. I
did find a Dell XPS 9710. I think it was.
That's exactly where I was at.
Because it is the most affordable.
When you break it down.
The thing is, I had to check because they kept on saying, "Oh, we're giving you an RTX video card, an RTX," and all the advertising, RTX video. Well, what do you give me? You give me a 3050, a 3050 Ti, a 3060. So I looked it up. And supposedly you're getting a 3060 with that. So as long as you get the 3060 video card, you're in good shape. And
let's just compare
Thunderbolt,
that. He has an Asus
built-in
ZenBook. Yeah. And if you look at his current card, what was that? The GTX 960M is what he had, which if you look at the CUDAs on that compared to what the 3060 has, not even close.
Yeah, it's
such a different leverage that you're going to have. So, okay, let's just put some backstory to that is Aaron does a lot like he's PC. He works with DaVinci on a laptop. I'm working on a Legion that honestly, I'm not having any problems dealing with at this point through DaVinci. That's just not an issue. It's pretty pimped dad.
Right.
It has a 3060 in it. So I'm getting to a point where I'm like, I want to place it anyway. And I want to get a PC. Aaron, I think, would like to lean into the laptop if he can. We can always talk about whether that's really the right decision, but it's too personal. Like, we don't know what you need to be mobile with. what else you're doing with it. So
Exactly.
if that's where you want to be. That's where you want to be. I would agree with John on the Dell XPS. When I looked around,
I'm not sure yet. There's another gaming rig that's out, but the thing is, I think one's about. I think that Dell is about how much? Up as high as 2,200, I think, but it goes like from 18 to 2,200 depending. And the full out, it was the Razer Razer 15 Advanced, I think it is. That is out, but that's $3,000. But you're getting a 3070, and then you're getting the i9, and so no, higher. And then, but you're getting everything a little bit better, because on top of that, you're getting a way better screen, resolution wise, hertz wise. Yeah. The colors will be more vibrant. The nits are higher, way better screen. But the thing is, it depends on what your needs are and how much money you have. And then Tommy's point right here is really important. You're not getting a 3060 mobile. I am not sure about that. So you're going to ask, well, what's the difference? The 3060 mobile, it runs about 95 watts, and then the main one runs 140. And so my wife's Legion 5
go for it, because it
has the full 124. Right. Yeah, the full. It is a full RTX. 3060 in there.
Do you have it's an RTX? I have the 3060 RTX full in this Legion, same make and model.
Yes.
And same deal, man. It's a full on deal, and that's why I got it.
Right.
And now I would recommend this computer. I would recommend this computer be another.
Good point, though, Tommy.
Yeah. Yeah. The M. Don't do the M. Do the get out of that. You want the full deal,
right? So you can do it. And then the other thing is about the laptops, and JA knows this, is that a lot of times they put you into a silent mode, and so they pull back all the power. And this, you cannot have that set up. You're gonna hear fans, so expect that. So that's part of the reason why you need to think this stuff through, because now if you got the fans and you're streaming and you're encoding and now you got that thing sitting on your desktop and you don't have a way to block out the background noise, you're going to be pissed off. And so keep that in mind. And hence that's why, like, I have my desktop 5 feet away, in the corner.
Well, I mean, it's true and not true, because like Legion does such a good job of saying, hey, if you don't want fan noise, you can dump it to the quiet mode, and you can dump it to the hybrid mode, or you can dump it to performance, mode, which is the top, and it's going to run at that point. That's for gaming usually, and you don't really care so much about noise when you're gaming. However, when you're live streaming and you forget to shut it back down because you're in trouble, then you get a lot of fan noise and you stream like I did. So that's kind of a problem there. I would consider looking at a Legion, honestly, a Lenovo Legion.
No Thunderbolt.
If you want, that's the problem. That's right, because
that's his main issue. That's why we're having this discussion, because it's got to have Thunderbolt. So that's why the XPS has it, and then it's like he doesn't have many choices. So he's kind of pigeonholing himself with the Thunderbolt, and he feels he needs
hold you
it.
back.
So
the Thunderbolt is going to hold you back. You're going to end up. Really, to really find a good laptop that performs that, you're doing DaVinci. You don't want to go out too under the gun already when you buy something like that, because you'd like to future-proof it. Now, when we were talking, I don't know that he was having trouble with in DaVinci like a lot of people, and I don't think he was using optimized media. I don't know, because we didn't follow up, or Proximedia. And even if you have a really good computer, I would really tell you to use the optimized media, or just drop the half resolution down playback.
Yeah.
Will make everything better. You don't even have to use Proximedia at that point. It's kind of like a virtual Proximedia.
Right.
If you really have a problem, the Proximedia setup, and you should try it, because it's really, really simple. And when you run that, my God, your system is like butter. I've run that on some pretty low res computers, and
you can run it on really weak computer.
Weak computers. So you do have, and that GTX 960M that you've got is not a great thing. It's not going to really help you.
And he could still run DaVinci on that.
You could.
In 4K.
You could. But you'd have to leverage the optimized media or the Proximedias.
Have to.
And you can do that, man. It's simple to do. It's not like the old days. Once they put that in, they upgraded to 17, they made Proximedia so easy in DaVinci. It's plug and play. In fact, there's a lot of people jumping over from Mac because of that, because of how easy they made that. So I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on there. But it depends on your budget. It depends on what you want. What do you think, though, John? I mean, if you were looking at it straight up, he'd have a better luck at a desktop getting all those specs with.
I think it's still gonna. I think he's still gonna have. Because I don't. Can you get? And I didn't have enough time to research this because I don't really think there's a spot where Thunderbolt makes the most sense at this point. So.
Yeah.
And I don't think I think it's been overhyped for years to begin with. So I wouldn't be looking for it, but can you get a PCI card that would make a Thunderbolt connection? I don't know. So, because if you have to have a motherboard that has Thunderbolt in it, you're going to limit yourself because there's not that many again.
Well, you would think there'd be a PCIe card with Thunderbolt. You just put in. I see a Thunderbolt 3 card, PCI Express card. Why can't you just put that in a desktop? I did that when I still had an old audio interface that was still using, what was that?
That's what I'm saying. I think you can do that.
You think you can? You should be able to.
And then you're always, yeah. And then,
that's what I would do. I mean,
I know he says that he's running
Firewire. I had to put
connections for everything through the.
I had to put a Firewire card in for an old interface, but you should be able to put a Thunderbolt 3 card in there, and it's going to cost you though. Even that's going to be $189. So Thunderbolt 3 is just going to be driving some of that price up probably. Tommy says just be careful and really check the specs. I used to run Dell's tech support, and I saw some data on their RTX 3070, and it is equivalent. How is that possible? How can an RTX 3070 that's built be equivalent? Their RTX 3070. Okay.
Yeah, he's definitely right. Bye, Patrick. Yeah. He's definitely right with all that. And so, a lot of people, what he's saying is a lot of people don't even look at that. And I did because I knew about it. But, and when I got my wife's Legion 5 just about 6-8 months ago, I knew that it had the full wattage 3060 in there and could get the full use out of it. And so, you got to check and do your own homework about that, because don't take somebody's word. You got to find out if you're using it for streaming and coding and gaming and stuff. Yeah, you need to know. So
congratulations again, Patrick. Thanks for stopping in. If you're still hanging, appreciate it. Yeah, reach out. I'd love to hear what you're doing. You're so on. You got to really, really check, man. Expense like this, you don't want to just take your word on it. Yeah, I mean, look at the size of the cards. How can that possibly put a full 3080 that takes 2 slots down in a laptop? Well, you look at these Legions; they're not small laptops; they're very big laptops.
Also they make what's called low profile video cards.
I was going to say then they don't just make one card that fits into both units. There's low profile, so it's possible.
Right, sure, but I mean, his point is very valid. So, because you're going to be disappointed if you don't know if you have what you have. Crappy
little Thunderbolt for me. It is the interconnection for everything with the Cal Digit. I'm recording straight from the cameras to my computer.
Yeah, but I don't understand why.
What?
Like, I get it.
I don't
he has
understand.
the Cal Digit with like 20 connections on there, and so he goes through everything, and this way he can go monitors from there and everything. But like,
I can't. 3 monitors and multiple cameras, and I don't know, laptop, and I don't see that. Aaron, I think you might want to rethink it because I think long term this is going to bite you, and money and time and effort. Why not?
Like he could get the laptop my wife got, and it would be adequate without Thunderbolt, and she spent $1,300.
I got three.
He's only had that laptop for
types of monitor outputs on the back of this laptop. Digital.
He's only
HDMI,
had that laptop for like 5 years.
2016 when that came out. So it's like,
so you're spending extra money for that.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think I'd really reconsider it. But I know we get into a flow and we really don't want to.
I say let him buy the most expensive thing. He deserves that, at least from us.
I'm going to be honest with you. That's not a lot of kudos. 3070 is 700 plus less kudos than the desktop version on the white sheets.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
And the thing is, that could be way plenty for a lot of people, but if you're gaming and you're paying for what you believe is what you believe it, then, you know, you just go to YouTube and take a look at the performance stats, or just run it. I just go in there and they have that website and I compare them all, you know, and same with my CPUs. Like, I know what I want to upgrade them to and what I don't want to. And by the way, guys, like, CPU prices are dropping like a rock because AMD just came out with new CPUs, right? And the old ones are it's unbelievable how much power. Like, I'm sitting here tonight and I'm running at like 17 to 20% total CPU usage right now. And I can go to something that is like 2 to 3 times more powerful. And then what am I using? Like 6% total. Yeah. So I don't need to upgrade CPU yet. I would rather upgrade GPU at this point.
Oh, God, yes. Agreed. Let's get caught up on
I'm a 2060 right now. I just want to go to the 3060 only because of vMix. So
Anti's back, wants to know if we take hardware troubleshooting questions. Yeah, sure. I mean, we may not know. We may know. Shoot it out, man. Drop a question anytime you want.
We may know right off the cuff, or we may have no idea, but it doesn't hurt to ask.
Oh, yeah. No, always. Look who's here. We got some Looney Tunes. I remember Looney Tunes dropping in here. And by the way, it's 425 subs. Let's check it out. Congratulations. Awesome to hear. How you doing?
Moving up. Just got to keep going.
Moving up. It's good to see it.
Moving on up.
Yeah, drop that question if you want. We got a couple minutes left. We're going to bail on here, but we, you know.
Yeah, I got to get going.
I got to get going too. Yep, it's 9 o'clock for you.
Yeah.
So I want to thank everybody.
I didn't even eat dinner.
I haven't either. It's been I haven't ate anything since lunch.
Right, I know.
So I'm feeling that too, and I wasn't even going to go this long, but it's been a fun hour. Everybody, thank you for hanging out. It has been a fun hour. It's been a good discussions with everybody. Appreciate it so much again.
2
Congratulations,
hours and 15
Patrick.
minutes.
Yeah, I missed the last hour. It went so fast with all the stuff we're doing.
Smelly turtle.
Smelly turtle.
In the house.
Catching on us. We're dropping out of here in a second, but you know what? It's good to see you, Smelly. Hope you were well. So we'll be around. We'll be around next week. Yeah. We're going to come up with some more.
If you get a chance.
Go ahead.
You guys get a chance, go check the rewind of this live stream and see what we're talking about.
There you go. Hey, Shay, thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
Around. It's good to see you. Appreciate it so much. And everybody else, too. It was fun. It was fun to hang with people. We'll be around next week. Moving.
I think MD's got to be at, if I had to guess without looking at her channel, I'm going to guess she's at about 820 subs. Is that right, MD?
She's closing out.
You got to be right there, so you're not too far away, and you're picking up a lot of steam.
Appreciate it. I called you man, but I didn't mean that.
Definitely,
meant you Mike.
Definitely, guys, check out each other's channels and go leave some comments for each other and
thank you.
Support each other because you're all striving to get to the same goals too. So that's the point, right?
That's very true. Yeah, you're on point.
On point. Look at that.
He cheated.
There you go. See, like you guys think I don't know.
No, you don't know.
I keep track of just about everybody.
I told you. Steve was lurking. Steve, our friend from Hawaii.
We knew you were lurking.
We knew you were there. We felt you, man, because I just felt the warmth. You guys always make my work day go better. Oh, well, you make our work day go better too. Appreciate it. So
thanks, Steve.
We'll do a pop in next week. We'll figure out someday what we're doing, what time.
Yeah.
I mean, to John's point, it is weird and hard when the people that are here are our friends, because the truth of it is we are moving times and days around. So we know that you're a destination. You're making a point to come here, and we're not making it easy. We know that. And so we appreciate that. It really means a lot to us. And this has been a fun group. So, all right. I'll just I want to get the question. So sadly, 2 laptops got a little water on the keyboard. Well, that is sad. Lenovo ThinkPad.
You're going to shake your head right now.
Yeah,
that's not troubleshooting. That's like the worst case scenario. That's not like this one thing doesn't work. Listen, you cannot spill water onto your laptop. That just comes down to that.
Now,
I mean,
if it really is a keyboard that's shorted out, you can get in and replace those keyboards. You can order one. You got to pull it apart, get inside. And then the question is, if you want to do that, some people, I do it. I've done it.
Yeah.
I've replaced my monitor on laptops. It's really not that hard. But a lot of people don't want to mess with it. And then, okay, that can be done cheap enough if you want to do it yourself. But then if you pay somebody to do it, up and the up and up, you might.
They're not doing it. These people, the majority of people are not ripping open their PCs and replacing motherboards on their laptops.
I've replaced 2 of my monitors on my computer because my dog would.
So what it comes down to is you know, you have to open up the whole thing and troubleshoot. You're going to have to go see, are you getting power? If you're not booting, are you not getting power? If you're not getting power, then it's your power supply. Okay. Then if it's not your, you know, if it's your power supply is good, how do you know that the motherboard is still going to be good after it got water on it? You're chasing something that's like going to take you down a rabbit hole you're never going to come back on.
I mean, I really feel for you on that. I mean, that's just, I've done it. I've had things happen. 2 is like, what? I'm not sure what happened if they were under a sprinkler. I mean, I shouldn't make light of that, but it's a shame because today's world, no one wants to spend money on this stuff. Yeah, Rodrigo says he spilled coffee on his laptop weeks ago, freaked out, shut it down. Yeah, you want to shut it down as fast as you can. Tip it over, yeah.
Yep. Yep.
But, you know, waited, prayed, and here it is, almost fully operational. And that's if you're doing what you just did, which is quickly acting. But you're going to get dead keys. And then the cost of having somebody like, even like the nerds over at Best Buy fix it, they're going to charge you as much almost to buy a new one. You know, so,
yeah, they're not going to fix it. They're going to send it out to someone that can fix it anyway because they don't have highly trainable, trained people there. So
yeah, exactly. So
and they're going to take 20% off the top of that. So.
I really what's it say? Using Florence virtual keyboard. Yeah. All right, so your laptops are functioning.
Don't forget.
You can Bluetooth keyboard, right?
Yes.
I don't know if that.
You can Bluetooth. You can USB it.
Wire. Yeah. USB it. So yeah, using a disconnect. I mean, I never use my. Yeah. Do that. Find a cheap $10 computer. I mean, laptop and go for it. I have an $8 mouse I bought.
Keyboard.
I know. I'm just saying, like, you can find these cheap keyboards and mice anywhere on Amazon.
Keyboards. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but you can get mice cheap too. But yeah, so you just do what you got to do. Glad you have a sense of humor about it, because that must have, when that happened, I bet there wasn't a whole lot of sense of humor about it. But you know,
no, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. Trust me. I tell my wife and I tell everyone 2 things: don't put any water in there next to the stuff that you guys are working with, and also don't put your laptop down on something soft that's going to suffocate it and overheat it. You gotta have
overheating
something.
That's another one. Is overheating. People don't.
You can't put it like on a bed. You can't put it on a quilt.
And they do that, and they're like, "Oh, it fried up." I wonder why it fried up. You made a furnace. No, that wasn't really
iPad, different story. You know, that doesn't matter. But
you have an exhaust because
laptop,
you're running
PC,
your phone. Yeah. Well, you don't really want your phone or laptop under a pillow or blanket, really, either, because that will heat up. But if you're putting it on top, you should be fine, as long as it's got some way to deal with it. So. Great way to end it.
All right, let's wrap it up. I gotta go to bed.
All right, brother. Thank you, everybody.
All right.
We'll see you sometime next week. I don't know when. It'll be sometime. And you guys are great. We'll talk to you soon. John, we're out of here.
Thanks. Nice seeing everybody, right?
It was really nice seeing everybody. I mean, I didn't really see them. They were here, I think.
No, we didn't really see them. No. But they were here, and I felt like they were with us.
I kind of feel like Tommy wasn't really here. I feel like
Tommy's like touch and go.
I feel like he's an AI. I don't feel like Tommy's a real person.
I think he wants me to be an eBay reseller in art.
He does, because he wants you. He's selling like
I'm thinking about
pyramid scheme. He's doing a pyramid scheme with eBay now. He's going to have people underneath.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like him, so I don't know. I might go that route.
You like him? Interesting. That's one way to go.
Yeah. Rodrigo too. He's a good guy.
Rodrigo's got something going on.
It's nice to see him. It's nice to see everybody.
Thank you, Shay.
Anti-attack, thanks for some good questions. I wish we could help him more with that laptop.
Yeah,
that's a rough one.
You kind of suck too.
But
I didn't like your attitude tonight, but that's okay.
I don't know why. He's got to be so negative. Love you guys. Take care. Have a great night.